kid you not. Go and look for this. Maybe I'll send it to you hustling. This information is out there. By the time they did the second census, Igbos were almost neck and neck with Hausas. The Yorubas were still tailing. Then by the time they did the third census, Hausas have overtaken the Igbos, with Yorubas catching up. Now, by the time they did the 1962 census, the Hausa number has completely, blown out. Igbos were marginally stable, and then the Yorubas were marginally the same number with Igbos. Then they called for they called for the census to be carried out again, and then Hausa still came out on top, but this time with much larger number, right? Sorry, the North. Let me use the North, not the Hausas. The North. Now, going into the Civil War, Igbos had significant number in Nigeria. How many of you know that the Civil War reduced the population of the Igbos by almost one third? In fact, there are even school of thoughts that say that the number of the Igbos in Nigeria was reduced by half. The number we went into the Civil War with, we came out with almost half of it because of the pogroms and the deaths that happened during the Civil War. Now, why does it now, why do we now see it necessary to continue to experiment with Igbo lives after all the losses we have suffered in this country? I don't want that. Everybody in this country is tired of Nigeria. Who wants to bail the cat? Nobody wants to do it. Why must Ndi Igbo always continue to play hero? Understanding that in this country, you are the common enemy. You are the rallying factor. If you make a noise today and say you are seceding, every single person today that calls you their friend and everything will band together with the rest of Nigeria and fight to bring you back to this country, including your brothers and your neighbors in the South. They will band with Nigeria and fight to bring you back into this country. Do you want to go on this journey again? Do you? Or do you think that Nigeria is just simply going to allow you to break away its region, break away from its country, or break a region out of this country, and then they will tell you, "Au revoir, we'll see you another time"? No, Nigeria will forcefully take that territory back, and you know what that means? It means that lives will be lost. It means that the progress that Ndi Igbo made since after the war will be wiped out again, will be reset, and they will have to start again from zero. Do you want to go on this journey again? Have you taken a look at the Southeast before? Have you not noticed something peculiar about the Southeast? The Southeast was largely built and rebuilt by the individual effort of the people from that region. No government help. It is because the people of Southeast were hardworking, they traveled far and wide and repatriated their way back to the Southeast. That is how they continue to build the Southeast till today. Because when you go to the Southeast, you don't see any federal government presence. But even at that, the Southeast is the most thriving region in this country. And I say that boldly. I say that boldly because I remember the first time I left the Southeast in 1999, traveling to Abuja. My mouth was open. I was asking myself, is this Nigeria or am I elsewhere? Nigeria is just one big gigantic bush, undeveloped, expanse of land. I was literally seeing people who are still living in tiny, tiny huts in 1999. I could not believe my eyes. I was spoiled by the idea of the Southeast. I see my brother hustling. So I don't want the effort that the Igbos made to be crushed again. I cannot let the least among us, pull me into a conflict I am not interested in. If we are going to have to leave this country, it will be on our own terms and together with the agreement of the rest of the people in this country. We are not going for secession again. I think we have done that experiment. We are okay as we are today. As you see, there is nowhere in the world that a secession is just allowed to stand. The government will fight brutally to have their territory back because that territory belongs to them. So if you are thinking that with agitation by killing Nigeria, soldiers, security personnel, that somehow you are going to end up getting a country, you are deceiving yourself. So when I see me tackling members of the IPOB, it's not because I don't believe in self-determination. On the contrary, I do believe 100%. It's not because I don't believe in a better country that is better than this Nigeria. I do believe in that, and I pray and I wish that such a country will come. But that country will come in the right way. It will not come through the blood, shedding of blood of Ndiwe again. We have lost enough in this country. I'm not willing to go on that journey. And that's why I made it my life that anywhere I see anybody pushing violence against Nigeria government, against Nigeria officials, that will attract them to come to the southeast and start leveling innocent lives in the southeast, leveling property southeast because of what somebody triggered them or ticked them off. No, I will come after you. If you want to fight Nigeria government, please, there are other places you can go and fight the Nigeria government, not in the southeast. You can go and meet them in Niger State. You can go and meet them in Abuja. You can go and meet them anywhere you want. Go and meet them there. You can even go to Zamfara and Borno State and meet them. But leave the southeast out of it. We have suffered so much to build ourselves back up. We have invested so much. This is blood, tears, sweat, years, and I'm not willing to go on that journey again. And finally, I'll end with this. Sorry, hustle. Just give me just let me say this. Finally, I'll end with this. You understand? A lot of people will just say, eh, every time you are always attacking your brothers. Every day you're always attacking your brothers. And I've said this multiple times. Nobody who has taken or destroyed Igbo life that did nothing to them is my brother. I detest the IPOB today because apparently it seems that every single activity of the IPOB is concentrated in the Southeast. The victims of their actions and their activities are always Igbo. And the day they picked up their arms and turned their arms against ordinary Igbo, they became my enemy forever. They are not my brothers. If they were doing the agitation and focusing on other issue that doesn't have to do with Igbo, holding Igbo down, destroying the economy of Igbo, I wouldn't have had any issue with them. But since they decided that we are worth nothing to them, we mean nothing to them, and that we are just pawns in their game, in the political chess game that they are playing with Nigeria, no, people like me will never sit down and accept such nonsense. I will fight against it with my life and my breath, and I'll do whatever it takes to ensure that the next generation of people will see a much viable way of actually, approaching issues with dialogue, understanding, and agreement, rather than this nonsense we have been doing since way back, violence and killing. Thank you very much, Ayo.
Thank you, Grandmaster. Perfectly said. Mr. Benjamin, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
Grandmaster, God bless you. You've said it all. Thank you very, very much for that submission.
Yeah,
Thank you, my
thank you.
brother.
Yeah, Grant, thanks for that submission. Always top notch. I like listening to you anyway, but I have a rebuttal to make here. But first, Grandmas, I don't know when last you've been to the northern part of Nigeria anyway. You were talking about traveling I think to Abuja 1990 or thereabout. See, 2 years ago I drove myself all the way from Onsoka to Jigawa. My brother. I wish
No,
that
no,
a
no,
day.
sorry. That does not mean that me will say I did Abuja almost like 3 weeks when I did Nigeria. I'd always travel to Abuja all the time. I just mean like I meant the first time I left the south.
Oh,
Sorry, I left the southeast to the north. Let me not say left the south because I've been to Lagos multiple times before there. But I left the southeast heading towards the north. I was shocked at what I saw. But go ahead.
okay. Okay. Even 2 years ago, me personally, I drove myself all the way from Onsoka to Jigawa. I passed through that axis, that Jos, because I do engage in all these tomato onions business. I do take tomato and the onions all the way from Plateau and Jos. I do bring them. To Soka and the rest of the. So personally, I drove myself. And I told I wish a day would come. Maybe now they can we charter 100 911, pack all these his foot soldiers, set a path from Enugu there. Let these his foot soldiers travel to the north and see how impoverished the north is. I don't miss words. I don't care. My brother, these people, the area is underdeveloped. When I mean underdeveloped is an understatement. That area has been left out. That region. The only place you see development are all those maybe market region, business areas that are highly dominated by Igbo people. Do you understand me? Even Plateau and the rest of them, these places are just vast, empty land, forests, left and right. You understand? So it is part of the reason whenever I'm hearing agitation, marginal agitation, yeah, I believe we are marginalized in some kind of way. But we are not the only people in Nigeria. People need to travel around Nigeria to understand perfectly. I don't know if these people used to travel along Lagos to Shagamu. The moment you leave, you see Lagos Ibadan Expressway. The moment you drive past that Redeem, that Deeper Life and the rest of them, the moment you take that right axis, Shagamu and the rest of them, Biniore and the Oga, you would appreciate the Southeast. You will appreciate the level of development that the level we have achieved so far in developing our region. Can you drive from Onitsha? Can you drive all the way from Onitsha to Enugu using that expressway? Have you seen the recent development going on around that Amansi? Even Stane, that expressway, Stane to Ninth Mile. Have you seen the recent development? People are building left and right. Now, do that same driving along Nsoka Kogi or Nsoka Medugri, Benue. Oga, you go see people when naked, they go see motor, they go rush come outside from hot. I'm telling you 2 years. No be, this is not even 1990. I'm telling you 2 years ago, I drove myself. I'm not exaggerating here. You'll be driving along that Okene, that road leading from Osaka to Okene. If you want to bus to Okene and the local Jada, there's a place, all these bus people, they normally park for refreshment and the rest. Travel along that area. There's a particular express there leading straight to Soka. Travel that road, brother. I'm talking Kogi State now. There's a particular place when you are driving, you see people, they will rush out from their hut. People they are stark naked. I'm not talking about kids. These are adults. You understand me? So when we are even talking about, you see, that's why I don't want to engage in the discussion about this marginalizing, because I have my own reservation. I have my own stance. I believe we are marginalized, but at the same time, generally, we Igbos, we need to give ourselves accolades. We have tried single-handedly from the spoils of war. Single-handedly, we have, you know, how will I even put it? You understand me? So when you travel around Nigeria, you understand the level of development in the southeastern region. I'm not kidding you. I know this is our southwestern brother. They was always love to use Lagos as their own point for argument. Yes, we understand. But apart from that Lagos, now let us look at other states. I'm not being tribalistic, but let us look at, when we are done with the southwest, let us go to the northern part of Nigeria. Let us leave Sabongeri and the rest of the places that are Igbo people are doing businesses, that are majorly dominated by Igbo people. Let us leave those places and count other places. I'm not talking about Abuja. Abuja, of course, we all know you have every tribe living there in Abuja. Let us factor out Abuja from this equation now. Let's factor the whole of North. You understand me? So you understand that whenever they are talking about this marginalization, eh? there is we as Igbo we have been marginalized to great extent, but it does not that does not warrant the situation that we are facing currently now with the IPOB that are there this time around. Now we are now killing each other, all in the name of marginalization. We are now cutting each other's head off. So now, Grant, getting back to that Enugu of a thing, during that after that Imo State jailbreak, these people spilled over Enugu Nsukka. OGB, you are from Nsukka, you know what I'm saying. They have their camps scattered around Nsukka.
Sorry, Jose, somebody must have transported them to there because Nsukka, Imo State, where is the
My
connection
brother,
now?
I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now, my region now.
I know
That
they were there somewhere in Hamufu, but I was because
not even a Hamufu, they were having their activity there. Nsukka per se, enforcing it at home. Even I have videos.
are these not local IPOB members?
Not, I don't know those. If you know those people that used to set up their camps, they have camps. I don't know. I don't know how to
It's
classify
most
them.
it might majorly be locals who did that
But
because
no. These are not locals. They have AK-47. These are not locals.
I mean
But there
like
was
I
this.
mean like locals of that area that are
No,
IPOB
it is
members.
not. My brother and
Okay.
Suka people. If you know Suka people, where no matter the level you will radicalize an Nsuka person can never go and kill his or her brother. Never. No matter the level of radicalization, they can never go and set up camp and start killing themselves there. It's not possible. Do you understand me? So they have their camps scattered around that place. There was this kind of clandestine oppression this Enugu state government did. They started picking them silently, one after the other. They started picking them, reading their camps quietly. All of a sudden, we don't used to see no IPOB activity anymore in Nsukka. You understand? And I can understand the fact. Uh, uh, there's this point also that you made also about Imo State people. I don't understand why all the time when this issue of Biafra comes up, Imo people will tie Imo people are bad. You understand me? That they are even ready to butcher themselves. They don't care. They're ready to kill themselves. Whenever you bring up this issue, the last time, the same thing. Whenever you bring up the issue of Biafra, it will be as if Imo people is the most marginalized place in the like. How about you? They are now enjoying killing each other there in Imo State. They enjoy killing each other. You understand me? So anyway, I wish that a day will come for these IPOB people to travel around Nigeria, because most of them don't even travel. They don't even go around the country. They probably just uh, when they wake up in the morning, go to their business places. At the end of the day, they will come back. They will be shouting marginalization, marginalization. I wish a day will come for them. Now they can to rent 100 911, pack all of them. That same way they used to pack Fulani people. Pack all of these people, go and tour the whole of northern part of Nigeria. Let them tour the whole of northern part of Nigeria. If they come back and shout marginalization again, make I know say na juju they use catch them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Benjamin. I wanted to
Sorry,
point
sorry.
out, based on Abarawa, right?
Seconds.
Grandmaster, you wanted to say
Just 20
something?
seconds. Yes, just 20 seconds. So I wanted to ask
Okay.
where is Wazulike from? Was Wazulike from Imo State?
Yes, it's from Okigwe.
Okay, so could that be the reason why? Because I know that a lot of these people who joined the IPOB were former followers of Wazulike. Could it be that he may have built a followership as of back then amongst people from a certain part of Alibo, and then because of this, they just automatically gravitated down to the IPOB? I'm just asking.
Mr. Michael, do you want to answer him?
No, 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 no. I wanted to say something about what Austin said.
Okay, anyone knows the answer?
But it's
Because I
obvious.
don't
But it's
know.
obvious. Some people left Owazirike's group to join with Nnamdi Kanu, and they are still there in the village. People in his village are still there. Part still maintaining his orders, and part still with Nnamdi Kanu and someone else. They are one and the same thing, all of them.
Okay, let me continue. You know, based on this Abarawa issue, right? You know, there's one of the things Nnamdi Kanu did criminally, right? He instructed them not to defend their state. He instructed them that no one should defend their state, that they are all one. Meanwhile, he's protecting his state. If you notice, Abia State and more of all these things, insecurity, like a boss. And that I'm sure na IPOB so help or their governor. Obayeno Ocheche. I'm not really too sure about that, but I know that something like that happened, right? Now, at Barawa, and this thing mere ha, don't we go do anything that is happening to their state, Hana Hikuku, Hani Nemechon. Example, like in that number. I remember Ugim na watch official Ikenga. I don't know anything about Ndanambra. They will attack him. And I was wondering why they will attack him. Because then when security ever and he will start talking about it. So but other ones they will just keep mute. More I believe that is why Akbarawa will come and Tinye still at home, Nemos na our own side, Imo State, Anambra State, and all these states. Nobody's asking him, yeah, what is happening in your own state? Your own state, they can't, but will not cause havoc over here. And that's why he Ojimwe the guts to rejoice over what happened in Okigwe. I wanted to put that out. I think it's Mr. Kingsley. Do you want to say anything before 4th of July? If not, 4th of July, you will go ahead.
No, you can go on. I have something I'm doing right now.
Okay, 4th of July, go ahead. Are you there, sir?
Yes, yes, I am live and direct.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much. I greet everybody on the speaker session. They will know more now. I know more name. First of all, the thing with I will let me just quickly buttress what chip in my 2 cents. What some of the things Grandmaster said earlier on. You know, one thing about this agitation and the illusion Nnamdi Kanu created for his followership of foot soldiers is that they all believe that Nnamdi Kanu's gra gra and gidi gidi bam bam will be the pain of separation if Nigeria happens to separate today. But then, of course, they are missing something. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Nnamdi, somebody, it is not just like Grandmaster said. It will be very, very hard. Like it will be like a 1% chance out of 100 for one person to come out and say and separate a country. You can't even do that with the smallest country in the world, about Bruze, Nigeria, that is vast in culture, population. Just name it. Ọbịabụrụ Nnamdi Kanu ka unu che na ọ ga-enye unu Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu na Simon Ekpa. Like, what the kedu otu this guy si Sandy Igbo isi like this? Otu si Sandy Igbo isi like this? Ọbịabụrụ Nnamdi Kanu ga-enye unu Biafra in 2020, in 21st century. Mbanụ now. The least he can do is to invite calamity to our land. Of course, we are seeing it already. There was a point Imo State, we are talking about Imo State, as of 2021, Imo State was already looking desolate. Imo State was destitute as of 2021. And this is the result of
this agitation. We are not speaking a lot that is happening. We are not speaking much about what is happening in our land today, or what have happened and still happening in our land for the past, since this guy thought it was wise in his wisdom to give criminal element guns. We're not talking much about it. You know, there's no how one man can wake up and say, you can't even, it's not possible. The moment you do that, the states will occupy your territory. And at the end of the day, innocent people will die. And at the end of the day, that table of negotiation will still come there to negotiate. It's either you go on exile or you come to the table of negotiation after properties and lives have been wasted. So I na-eme ihe ka anyị ji uche na-eme ihe. This is 21st century. And agitation abụ agitation egbe na, it's not an agitation of guns and bullets. Our agitation na akwụkwọ na pen ka a na-eji eme agitation these days. Diplomacy ọ bụ tigbo zọgbu. Today there was one propaganda video that I don't know the camp, whether it was Ngozi Orabeze camp or the other guy camp, that released some guys in the bush threatening that Nigeria is going to. But where Nigeria? Is it not Alibo? Have you ever seen them go across the Niger Bridge? Gadi Agapike before. At the end of the day, it's still Alibo is going to burn down. And you see people hailing them. You know, one thing, the thing Nabaka mission in all of this is, every criminals in our bush today waving an AK-47 with a Biafran flag, you will see our people hailing them. This is how bad it has become. I remember last 2 years, that guy in River State that killed that DSP, Tubaba, what's the name of that kidnapper? Tubaba, right? When he released that video, I saw how IPOB member was telling Simon but that they need this man in their struggle, that they are good, that they were hailing him after he killed that DSP, Paco. Every criminal in the bush today with a Biafran regalia is now a freedom fighter in their eyes. This is how bad it has become. This is how bad it has become. Census is coming up very soon. Also, Igbo, let's listen to Nnamdi Kanu again and follow through the route of Owazurike in 2026. Kind of the no luck I have going on. In the next 5 years, I see marginalization again. Because now very soon now, you will see them waving their flag of misinformation, telling people not to participate, telling people not to do that, telling people not to get counted, telling people not to leave their house, and all of that. In the near future, IPOTA will be licking our wounds. This is how bad things have become for Ndibo. Yes, I'm marginalizing from the center, but then we still sabotage ourselves, all because of it. One fantasy country na exist. Kedu onye anyị mejọrọ? Kedu ebe anyị gahiri ije a? Because ana m aghọtakwazi o. And you ask yourself, what have you people been able to lay claim to? Okay, this is what we have done in the past 5 years. Gilechakwa anya nothing o, apart from the destruction of lives and properties anyị nwere. The little ones anyị nwere ọ na-emebie. The little healthcare anyị nwere, you people went and destroy it. Schools ụmụazị na-eje. As of 2021, a classroom in Okiwe was converted to a shrine. We are talking about JAM today, okay? A classroom ka eji mee ihe agbara na Okiwe. Chụpụsị ụmụazị. So this is how bad, how rotten this agitation have done to our people. And we are not speaking much about it. Speaking on space it's not even enough. And I will keep saying it that the amount of killings and deaths happening in the southeast is underreported as a result of this insecurity and Biafra agitation. Is very, very underreported. Like there's a lot of killing and deaths happening as we speak right now in Alibo. And at the end of the day, who are the victims? Ndi. Who are the perpetrators? Ndi. So what have you really achieved? The agitation was built solely on Fulani hate, Fulani this, Fulani that. How many Fulani have they managed to unleash to date? But every now and then, only Igbo because of Biafra. We keep dying for this Biafra. Have this Biafra ever done anything positive for us? Every now and then, we want to put our head on this Biafra. But this same Biafra have not done anything positive for ndị Igbo. Onwe onye ga-asị ka eweta isi ya ka eji kọwa aka oyibo ha ga-ata. Ka m kwụsịgo n'ebe a, ndewo.
Thank you. The
Hello.
ego, go ahead.
Hello. Good evening.
The
No, it's the ego.
the
No, the ego is supposed to speak.
Okay.
I hope
I think I
I'm
was here
audible.
before him, right?
The ego. You were not here before the
Okay,
ego.
okay. Sorry.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll come back to you,
the
sir.
host
Okay, go
can you
ahead,
hear
the
me?
ego.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, I've listened to many people speak on this issue. You see, I I will start by saying worthless youths of yesterday, parents of current generation. I repeat, worthless youths of yesterday are currently the parents of our present generation. And that is why we are seeing most of the things we are seeing. And it's these worthless youths that has refused to learn that ended up passing this wrong notion to the generations of today. You see, let me take my own personal experience an example. I grew up in a family where I lost my paternal grandfather, a businessman, during the war. And should I say, my grand uncle also, I lost him to the war. And my maternal grandfather experienced the war. And if I happen to see Ojukwu today, one on one, I have a lot of questions to ask him. Because without being biased and without being sentimental, I believe that that war was unnecessary. I believe that beyond what we were told, because I've read about 15 books pertaining to this war. And regardless that I'm an Igbo man, I must tell you that without what we are being told, regardless of what we are being told, if you dip your eye and put yourself in the situation of 1966 and remove all form of sentiment, you will know that there are a lot of errors on the part of our Igbo leader Ojukwu. I don't want it to be a kind of rowdy issue, but you see that notion, that lie that wasn't, our Igbos were good at this issue of trying to trying to trying to dignify, or should I say trying to deify a kind of a kind of I don't know how to put it, like making somebody a hero and at the same time making him a god. In spite of his errors, we just decide to close our eyes because of our emotions, because of our sentiment. I listened to one person speak about how other states are. and how compared to how eastern region is. And I make bold to say that aside Lagos and maybe currently Ogun that is trying to rise, there's no other states in southwest that could be compared to southeast. And when I hear that man saying about how degraded and bad north is, I began to reason imagine how the east would have been without the war. Imagine the souls, the intellectuals we lost to the war, and imagine how would have been Okigbo them. Imagine what the East, the Igbos would have been if that war haven't occurred. And that draws me to a picture of people who does not think about the future. You see, today, I have some riffraffs, some morons who keep on talking down on the man Nnamdi Azikiwe, especially laying hands to the role he played during the civil war of how he supported Ojukwu and had to switch. And then I have to put myself on the shoe of that man. I, because of this, went into research to know why the almighty, highly revered Zik would play such role. And after going through Zik's statements and writings about what actually transpired, I discover I feel bitter when I hear any Igbo man talking against Zik for the role he played. Because, for example, let me say something. Initially, I was among the supporters of the ESN because I felt bad that the Eastern governors had failed us.
The ego, excuse me. The ego, ọkwadogo ji Owere wee gwa anyị okwu mbọsị anọ, ọkwadogo so that Owere here, right? The ego.
Yes.
Nna m nyere anyị small nụ n'Owere na ọ na-aba anyị ntị ọfụma na ị na-asụ ya n'Owere. But go ahead anyway.
So I felt like I have to, though you have made me lost my line of thoughts, what I was saying. I just wish somebody can remind me. Okay, I was telling you, actually, I used to believe, or how do I put it? I used to be an ardent supporter of ESN because I felt that our governors failed us. Our southeastern governors failed us when they were needed. Because we saw under Buhari's administration the fear, the terror on all of us, especially we in Imo State. We experienced it. We saw what
Ego, are you there?
Hello, please. Can I just drop like a 1 minute summation, please?
Hold on.
Uh,
I'm trying.
uh,
or
Ego
should I
is gone.
say the
John,
results were
Okay, okay.
positive. But what we now
yeah,
see
John
later,
is not your.
what we are seeing later, you might say there are other faceless
John,
actors or whatever, people like Asari Dokubo and whatever, I don't know. But you see, the IPOB, the ESN, the Wazirike's fashion, these guys has totally destroyed Alibo. It is painful. I keep on telling people, especially this group of guys, how do you imagine? Because, for example, my grandmother now, she's one of the ardent supporters of this IPOB with one of my uncle. And like I used to tell people also, the diasporans, my uncle in diaspora, I had issue with him because he keeps on feeding my grandmother with this belief, this hope that Biafra will come. Oh, when I like in 2022, if I'm not mistaken, when Nnamdi Kanu was arrested from Kenya, he was over there in USA telling my grandmother that America are coming, Britain, this, the UN has given order, a marching order, they should release Nnamdi Kanu, and it will happen that they will destroy this, they will use drum. I wonder. And you know one thing, my grandma was so entangled with this thing that even till now, you can ask my grandma for anything and she can't give it to you. But the moment you tell my grandma that, see, Nnamdi Kanu is coming out and is coming out with Biafra from the prison, my grandma is ready to empty her account. I tell you this for free. My grandma is ready to do anything for you. And it hurts me the way my uncle in diaspora, who I believe should be enlightened, who should know what we are passing through over here. It hurts me seeing him being a major contributor to this error. And I imagine also those elites or those educated ones in here in Alibo who see, for example, you have seen what Britain is doing. You have seen what America is doing. You have seen even what the United Nations is doing. And I keep on telling people that that the right to freedom is a child of necessity in the UN Charter, but it's a taboo to internal sovereignty, to internal charter, internal constitution, in as much as it is a generally accepted right in the UN Charter. It is not accepted in your country's charter or in your country's constitution. And the world knows this. Every country has agitators, people that want to split. Now, it hurts me. I keep on saying it. Most of the blame, I keep on blaming the diasporas. They have a hand in this. And I keep on blaming, sorry, I I'll be rounding up. I keep on also blaming those who you think are educated, who knows the game Britain and US are playing. And yet you want me to believe that my enemies, who you say you are fighting against, who you hate, will also be the one to conduct a referendum and grant you independence. How does it make sense? Alibo is totally is something else, and this thing must be condemned. We need to condemn it honestly. It hurts. It really hurts. You know, for instance, before now, by 12 in the midnight, you know what? Owerri is still bubbling. And eji akpọ ya ebe ngwọrị. By 12 in Owerri, you see cows, you see cars, you see everything. He a na-eme ebe ọbụla na-abụbụlụ ime jiwi were ụkwụ gị otu a tinye isi ebe ele ahụ World Bank Axis. If ihu ihe na-eme ebe ahụ. But today, we can't say the same. It really hurts. It's painful. Ndị eme anyị ife.
Hello, hello,
Okay,
hello.
John is senior a minute,
Of course,
right?
yes,
Go ahead.
yeah. Let me tell. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. In the sense that most of us don't like what the IPOP or Biafran people are doing, but they are still our brothers. Apart from that one, let me ask you most of you guys a question. Is it the IPOP or Biafran
No,
that?
direct your question to someone,
Please,
either
the
me
host,
or
sorry,
No,
I'm
no,
somebody
no.
else.
interjecting. Please, the host, don't be offended. Don't say these guys are my brothers in my own face. An
Okay,
Igbo man
wait,
who said this
please,
guy
This is
was
my
sent
own
to
opinion.
death
Can some,
for no just
this is
reason,
a
just to
public.
impose.
No, this is a
The ego allow John to just allow him to speak. Then maybe we allow you to respond to him, please. Allow him to speak. Thank you. John, go ahead. John, go ahead.
Okay, I want to ask the ego just one question. Mm. Is it the Biafran people or the IPOP that makes the Nigeria to exclude the southeastern part of Nigeria, the student loan? Yes or no? Answer me. This is number one question. And what happened just yesterday about the jump? Is it the Biafran or the what do you call it, the IPOP that made them to exclude the whole, just pass the whole, even though when they are talking about the Lagos state, when you heard about the places that affected the jam, most of the areas are the Igbo people. Most of the areas are the Igbo that live in that area, in that, so they're Lagos. Then come in the after they pass Edo State and pass Delta State, then all the southeast was brother. In fact, sometimes when we are speaking in public, please, we should control our mind, and we should control the way we speak in public. Despite what they are doing is not good, but sometimes you see that what lead all these things is what
John,
the
John,
Nigerian government. Wait,
John,
let me
you
finish.
need an
Wait, let
answer
me
to your.
finish.
I thought you asked Diego
Let me
the
go there.
question.
One, tell me say it there.
No, let me just finish my. Let me just finish my submission. Let me just
No,
finish
no,
my submission.
I
Then
didn't.
Hold on, I don't want this place to be rowdy. John, I thought you were asking Diego question. I thought you wanted to ask him a question, or are you making a submission? You said you wanted to ask a question. So if you want to, you can make that clear that you are throwing a question, a rhetoric question that needs an answer, or maybe a question you want to use to follow up your submission. All right, you have the mic.
Please, let me answer that question of John. John, don't be offended.
No, no, no.
Just
Let me
30
just finish
seconds.
because let me just finish. Then I will go down. Then I will be on the this thing. Then I will listen to it. Let me tell you, brother. In the sense that
No, no,
most
John,
of us.
John,
It's
John,
not
you
when
will
you.
not go. John, you will not go. If you
Okay.
finish, you will not go. If you ask question, they will answer you.
Okay.
Then
Thank
you
you.
will
Thank you.
tell us
In the sense
if
that
you are
we
okay
don't
with
like
it.
what these guys are doing, but in aspect in the sense that when you come in that Nigeria. Is it I asked Ego, is it the IPOP that made them to exclude the whole southeast student loan? Then is it the Biafra or the IPOP that made them to exclude even the jump of yesterday that come out, the result that come out yesterday? Upon all the marginalization they did in that jump, the five best students, one is Yoruba, and the four of them are the Igbo state. Let me tell you something. You see this Biafra something or Biafra agitator. This is just let's just be honest with ourselves. This is just ideology. This can never wave in the source in fact in this planet Earth on this until this planet Earth. And although I'm not a Biafran agitator, but when you see people agitating, they have pens, they have free. Most of these guys pass through. Even most of these guys, their parents, their grandparents pass through hell during the Biafran time.
I did it before them now. Why can't you submit before me now?
You understand me?
Me
This is
say New
all.
York man.
No,
I did here.
Ikenga. Ihe m chọrọ ikwu okwu a bụ otu ndị ụmụnne m si atakọlọ ka na-atakọlọ these people. Sometimes atakọlọ to these people. Let's ask.
Abụghị nwanne gị, abụghị nwanne gị, abụghị nwanne gị. Ichi ikpu ụmụnne gị ma ndị anyị pụọ bụ abụghị nwanne gị. I'm not your
Look,
brother. I'm
see,
not your brother. If you can support someone who kill me every day
look. I
and
didn't,
teach
I
me how
didn't
to
call you.
report
I didn't
I
call
can
you. I
support my
didn't call you
brother.
one name. I didn't
Brother,
call you one name.
you
Can you
cannot
listen?
you cannot. Ekwusi na ụmụnne anya ihe, no ekwusi na ụmụnne m. Ichi ikpu ụmụnne m,
Can
kpọọ
you
Ikenga,
listen?
kpọọ Beauty. I'm not.
Can you listen? I'm not.
I muted you. John. First of all, you are not supposed to speak the way when you did. But I have Rogigi now 1 minute, and you said it's a question. You don't have question again. Let someone answer you, and they need to calm down. Can somebody answer you? Okay. Okwa name manage your question a poor, then there is no need anyone answering you. But only no here. Chirek Ozagi, please.
Okay, let me answer to John's question with also pointing to a few things he said. John, first of all, what you said about the IPOB and Biafra stuff being an ideology that can never be killed. I want you to know that the word Biafra is not even an Igbo word. No matter how you guys try to coin it, to say it is Bia and Fra. It is never an Igbo word. And also the issue of Biafra is not even Igbo centered alone. Go check the history and origin of Biafra, the bite of Biafra and what it is used for and what it is meant for. And the owners of even the word Biafra, if till today, if they are even supporting you in your Biafra agitation again, if there is anything Igbos should even die for, it is be an Igbo nation, an Igbo republic, or an Igbo first ideology. And what is that Igbo first ideology? Onye ahala nwanne ya. And that is where this your question comes in. If ndị ihe mere ele aha ya ndị JAMB na Nigerian gọọmenti mere ugbulaka maọwụ he IPOB maọwụ he Biafra kpatara. And mashima akara gị ịhụkwara my brother eji ekwuchi na nwata na-ama nna ya asị ya kpọọ nna ya ihe ọ ga-ekpọwu ikwu nne ya maọwụ enyi nne ya. You see, because you don't know where it started raining, definitely you won't know where it stopped. It is because of this mayhems or this anarchy you guys are causing. Because the worst enemy of any society is the issue of war or anarchy. Now, whenever there is such, the people go in different direction. Marginalization, like I myself is meant to know, it's not just solely, yes, we know Igbos are marginalized. No doubt. Ka m gwa gị ife ịma, my brother, ọ bụrụ na ị na-aga akwụkwọ, gaa gụọ about middle belt, south, midwest.
Are you talking for middle belt or are you talking for your own tribe, please?
I'm coming. Midwestern region, the creation of
I asked you about our own tribe,
yes,
about our Igbo.
Yes, I'm answering you now by giving you reference. The creation of Midwestern region was to break the West. Go check it. We ourselves.
Brother, the answer I ask you, you don't answer me. You just going around the corner. I ask you, is it the IPOB or Biafra that made them not to give the student loan to Southeast?
Yes,
please
it
ask
is not
me the
a
question.
Yes or no question. That's the problem with you guys.
You see the
We
problem.
are
You see the problem. But
marginalized.
you are busy.
Listen,
You are busy
Igbos are
blaming them.
marginalized.
But do you see the way our people behave? A Yoruba man cannot behave this way you are behaving.
No.
But do you see? I just asked you a question.
John.
I just asked you simple question. Is it these people, our people, or the agitators that make the Nigerian government exclude a whole Southeast for student loan?
Now, John, listen. And I'm telling you, John,
brother.
Can you listen and stop this IPOB madness of you guys? That is your problem. You won't listen and you're not ready to learn.
I'm here for more than 20 years, so I think I'm better than you. I think I'm better than you 100%.
I muted everyone and they are still talking. I muted everyone and people are still talking. Are you guys using Ubuntu phone or what? So anyway.
Look,
Anyway,
Mr. Benjamin.
Yeah.
When John was talking, right? When you may interrupt, he needs to be calm. He should not interrupt. Then he can reply. After all, when those abuse, I don't know why you are entertaining this for a long time.
Hello. Hello. In our name, brother. Let's be honest, and the truth must be said, no matter how bitter or how it is. You see, in the sense that we are too much blaming the IPOP or the agitators. Let's also blame the Nigerian government, because I don't see the reason. I every time pointing on this, please, my brothers, even my Igbo brothers, my Igbo brother, because I'm Igbo from Abreba, my Igbo brothers, please, let not forget about what lead a whole Southeast Nigeria. They bring a student loan. Just imagine, they bring a national student loan, but they exclude the whole Southeast. Is it not a madness? And the jam that just come out day before
John, this is
yesterday,
not
just day before
John,
yesterday, they exclude the whole
John,
Southeast. And
John, look, there is one thing I will not. You see the problem we have with you people. If you come to speech where honorable people are speaking, you will start. I don't know. Are you trying to scare us, or are you trying to overshadow all of us, or do you this thing you are talking about? They exclude you. They do this thing. Where did you get that? If I may ask you, let me even engage you. Where did you get that? Where did you get that they
Ikenga,
exclude you? Where did you get that they jump?
Iken,
What does the jump
Ikenga.
problem have?
I actually want
Yeah?
Ikenga. I actually wanted to engage him. Actually, anyway,
Okay, go
but I
ahead.
want
Go
to
ahead.
touch a
Go
little.
ahead.
Yeah, I want to. John, before I come back to you, I want to touch a little bit
Biko,
on.
nwanne m imekachite anyị ga-ahapụ. Imekachite anyị ga-ahapụ.
I want to touch a little bit on that. Then, John, you can have your mic back. You asked a question about the exclusion. Listen, on the topic of marginalization, I'm not going to debate that with you. Now, if you look at this jump incident, if you check, people are addressing it. Me personally, we are speaking out. Nobody is happy because of that particular incident that happened. Nobody is happy that the entire region, southeastern Nigeria, they treated us that manner, our younger generation, our younger ones that wanted to go to school and get themselves informed. So we are addressing that the best way we can. And some people came out with the option of suing the JAMB as an institution, and people are addressing it in a civil manner, in a non-violent manner. I know your own solution is going to the picking up jobless people, arming them with AK-47. But people are not going to throw that.
please stop saying you don't
Hold
know
on,
me.
let me hold on. Let me address your question. I'm trying to answer your question. Nobody is arguing marginalization with you. Me personally believe we as Igbos we are marginalized. You understand? But we have to treat this topic. This is a sensitive topic. And I just told you the jump incident. We, the Igbos in general, are not happy about that. It was as a result of the protest of the parents that led to even more investigation. It was not because IPOB they have their camp in Okigwe killing people up and down, burning 30, killing our own Igbo people. No, the protest of the parents and the outcry of people triggered investigation into what happened. And that is why we arrived at this conclusion. And people are not giving up. Me personally, I'm not giving up. I've been all over the places insulting this jam registrar. Go and check all my tweets. I'm doing the best that I can do here. And that is the level of outcry you see today. Go to every well-meaning Igbo person here on Twitter. They are tweeting about it. It's a topic of general discussion right now. Everybody here on Twitter, every well-meaning Igbo person are discussing this particular topic. Do you understand me? It's not a good thing to say, but we are doing the best we can, and the best we can do here is to address our political leaders, our political elite. Do you understand me? And address our complaints through the appropriate channel.
This is a talking
You understand?
point
I know
for
it will be a, it.
for
Hold
the
on.
IPOB.
It will be a
They're
rough.
happy about what happened.
Hold on. It will be a kind of rough ride, but at the end of the day, eventually we are going to get to our destination. We are going to get to our destination. They have called off the they have voided the previous exam. But me personally, I'm saying that Jam should go and remark that question paper. No, I don't support retaking that exam. Jam, they have it on their system. Let them go and remark it. Go to everywhere meaning Igbo people here. Go to Anambra Fessor. Go to a chief. Go to grandmaster. Go to every single body here. We are addressing that issue, and they are getting it hot everywhere, all angle. That they had to come. The registrar came out and cried online, even though that is even crocodile tears. I don't even care about that, but that never stopped me from doing what I plan to do. I'm still doing my own part here. And I will keep on giving it hot until the issue is addressed. If you can see, even the Northerners came out en masse, they are calling it, yes, that they feel like this thing is targeted at a particular region. The Southwest, some of the Southwesterners, they also came out and said, see, come on, we don't like this thing. There has to be a level playing ground for everybody. You understand me? So we are addressing this issue. I don't think the best solution is picking up arms, setting up camps somewhere in Okigwe, in Lilu, coming out once in a while to kill your fellow Igbo brothers. That's not the solution. You don't have the solution currently. And you are saying these people are your Igbo. They are not my brother. Maybe they are your brother. They are not anybody killing. If my brother is killing me, you are no longer my brother. You stop being my brother. So it's just to address your question anyway. You can continue with your submission.
Please, the co-host, please, before he continues, please, I want to add something to what you say. You see, when they keep on telling us that about raising point of our marginalizations and actions of the federal government against the Igbos, this has been this has been the rhetoric we are used to. Every region, in one way or the other, has tested the fair share of Nigerians' dark aspects, but the Igbos are the worst in this test. But let me tell this guy something. You see, he asked me that question, and I'm trying to tell him that we, Ndi Igbo, especially this their agitation, has also contributed to the marginalization of our own self. For instance, the federal government today is afraid to involve in anything that will lead to militant uprising, because whenever the militant rises, the militant has something to bet on. They have something to negotiate with. The same way with Lagos, the Yorubas. Today, whenever Yorubas starts any movement or agitation, they have the Lagos to negotiate with, because if you cripple Lagos, you cripple Nigerian economy and even the economy of Africa. The same way with that of the North. If the Northerners should block their border, ah, ah. But today in Igbo land, we have been agitating and doing our sit at home. A reasonable person who does something the same way every time, every year, and you expect change, it doesn't happen that way. You have been sitting at home for over a year or more than a year. You have nothing to negotiate with, and you have been sitting at home. What are you gaining? You only end up sabotaging your economic value and destroying your region, killing your own brothers. And you are asking me if what they did by excluding the Igbos in student loan or student grant and even they will jump. Let me tell you something. Do you know that this current WAEC that students are taking, that one of those papers are to be written on Monday, which is a sit at home in Igbo land? How do you feel for your fellow Igbos who might be writing exam that day? Is it also done by the federal government? The grant in which you are talking about, Who is even receiving the grant? Is it the students who are afraid to go to school on Monday that will come to receive this grant? You see, when we come up with all these excuses, Igbo have
And the
suffered.
and they go. Don't also forget the fact that they were the people that stopped our kids from going to. In fact, the IPOB went to the extent of burning a school.
Yes,
Some, I
yes,
think
yes,
somewhere
they
in
did
Imo
it. They say
State.
that,
So it's
you
not
know
that.
that
Listen,
Kanu, Nnamdi
this
Kanu
point.
made it obvious that if you have a Nigerian certificate, my uncle did it. And look, when I say these things, one name, me ekwu ihe, ndị be anyị ji ekwuchi ihe a na-ekwu ihe, anyị ekwu ihe anyị aka ihe anyị ekwu ya shala ma mma, because it's hot. It's hot. I'm serious. It's hot. My uncle, I know what I'm telling you. Nnamdi Kanu, because they listen to this guy every day when he said, "Go and burn your certificate, destroy your certificate. When this Biafra comes, there will be no need of a Nigerian certificate or certificate bearing any Nigerian." And some people did it. My brother, ndị a na-ekwu ihe a, ndị
Yeah,
ji elekpe
ego,
Chineke anya.
ego.
Do they look at God when they
No,
come to lie all these lies? Our place is burning. Ala Igbo nwere gị ọkụ.
don't
Hustling,
be offended. We have to go.
hustling.
Okay.
Biko, I don't
Yeah.
know the busy, man. I don't know the hand. Eventually, this guy is below. Now, because I go down data, the student loan. Obusi about no exclude only.
I don't think the guy is here
Nna
anymore. Beauty is the guy still here.
ọkwụ ihe nna be juju ịma na these people ịma anytime amaghị m ka ọ na-achọpụtago na space fane ha n'anya fụ m ha sị abụrụkwa m member of IPOB but but the way you talk about it, I don't know why. Ebe ọbụla nje afụ ha na the next thing onye a ekwu abụrụkwa m member but the way but ihe afụkwa onye a na-enye the record of Ikenga but ọ sịkwa na ọ bụ member ọ pụta o quote something jewel they excluded you. Where did you get that? Who told you? I don't know. But nenanya nke anyị ekpomela n'ala Igbo a no nwere fly pụta because amarọzi m mgbe ihe a ga-akwụsị mmadụ gara pụta okwu one rubbish and okwu ya with all full chest with all confidence ite na onye amụ ihe ọ na-eme this guy kịta abịa gwa gị ha ị ga nenecha do let me know say much the student loan of thing they follow him here but I'm very sure no onweghị ka a ga-esi wee mee ndị Igbo exclude. It's not possible. Kelly, what are you talking about? Kelly, and this thing made with Jamb. Obro today, the Jambo Zubelosian, with the
Bro,
Obro today,
bro,
they all these
bro. Sorry,
shenanigans.
don't be offended. I'm not, don't be offended. I won't interject you again. I'm going out, but I want to put something here. In the student loan, there was nothing like excluding of the Igbos. Rather, our people didn't apply and they didn't take it serious. It wasn't even
By the end of the day, they will still come out and say they excluded us in military work. Because him have one problem about Ndibo. They will see a fool positioning himself or herself as a leader. They will keep supporting the person. By the end of the day, the decision of that fool will not go against Ndibo. Ndibo, we call it marginalization. If I put the problem,
Ikenga. This jam something. I will die on this hill. This is specifically targeted at Southeasterners. On that hill, I will die. You understand me? This is institution. They have institutionalized tribalism and bigotry. The whole of five Southeastern
Benjamin,
states.
that's the reason in US and abroad today can jam bido the shenanigan.
And we should call them
If
out.
I have
Every of
something
their
that
stats.
started
If
today.
I don't know how they are measuring their this and that. The other time they came out and said that Anambra
But
topped
Benjamin, I
Lagos.
heard Lagos was also affected.
I don't
Because
care.
this
I'm
thing
telling
has
you about my
nothing to
own
do
region.
with
Five
Benjamin.
Southeastern states.
Benjamin,
no,
let's
no,
not do
Lagos was affected. Listen, Lagos was affected, but
Uh-huh.
the areas that were affected in Lagos were the LGAs dominated by the Igbos. Go check it out.
Thank you so much. Apart from
Lagos,
that, I don't. You see, that Lagos own is just a collateral damage. You don't know
yes,
Nigeria.
like when you say Tinubu lost in Lagos but win the presidential election, that was what they did now.
These guys just experimented on the like the reaction. They wanted to see people's reaction. And I'm telling you that this is specifically targeted at Igbo people. I don't care what anybody is saying here on that hill, I will die.
Okay,
That
okay, okay. Hustling Benjamin, why will
Ikenga, I can't hear you. Ikenga, are you there? Anyway, so
Benjamin, I choose to disagree with you.
you can decide.
My disagreement is that I understand it's not fair. The way to late. I understand it's not fair what happened. But in all sincerity, you don't tell me that the management of JAM and some other people sat down, agreed to underperform the
Michael,
Southeasterners in
Michael,
whole.
before
So please,
No, no,
please,
no, wait
please,
for me, wait
let me
before
for
answer
me.
that question.
before
Let me
you
answer
bank
that
on this,
question.
hold on, Michael. Before you go deeper into this discussion, I think you should go and check the details very well. They've actually investigated their system. It was not as a result of even all these glitches. They said it's a human error. This is they specifically targeted Igbo people. They can't play on a level playground. That's why you have 200 cutoff mark or 250 cutoff mark in the eastern part. In the northern part, you have 50, 20, and the 80 and the 100. These people cannot play on a level playing ground, and that is marginalization. That is marginalization in a clear term. Do you understand me? Go and check the details very well of that. You see, you don't know. Since that news came out that yesterday, I've been everywhere in all the posts, throwing insult left and right. You understand me? Because that affected. Imagine what made the parents of these kids to stage a protest, and they now started looking at their system. There's nothing anybody who's. You see on that jam issue, you see on that particular jam issue, that is targeting. They specifically targeted the Southeast. Forget about jam register coming out to cry. At the end of the day, that cry is useless to me. And they should dissolve that jam leadership. Total rehaul. People that there's no way we are going to trust people that made the same mistake to correct themselves. They are now putting the exam. I think the exam will be happening tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. The parents should stage a walkout. The students should that 300 over 380,000. They should stage a walkout. The federal government should dissolve the leadership of JAM in totality. Everybody, let them take their bow, take their leave, close shop, and go home. If you have access to that amount of resources, the amount of finance, and you cannot conduct exam of 1.9 million computer-based tests of 1.9 million people, you are done. Go home. Go home. We don't want to hear anything further. Do you know how much that is being apportioned for this useless institution called JAM? That they cannot organize a simple test. They are trying to make me believe them that is out of system error, out of glitch, that the whole of five southeastern states were targeted. Probably we have a glitch president right now. You see that jam issue here. You see, anyway, you guys, you are free to have your own opinion, but me, as a result of the investigation I did myself and the little information out there, I've come to that conclusion. I came to that conclusion that these people specifically targeted the Southeast. There is nothing anybody's going to tell me here. The Lagos is just collateral damage. And if you even go deeper to check, those places are major, maybe places that are dominated by Igbos. Even the Northerners came out. The Northerners came out and they say the Northerners here on Twitter are saying it, that this is specifically targeted at Igbos. Even people that are APC, some reasonable APC members are here on Twitter saying it. Some Yorubas that are reasonable, they are here on Twitter saying the same thing.
The hustling, Ozuziana Mechi blog, Javanam. Let's move the mic to let's move the mic to but it's a serious case. So Maxi, please take the mic.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Um, issue of jump. I'm on. Um, it's just something that is obvious. So I wonder why America is trying to defend it, or we are going to defend. Like anyway, schools here. I don't know now. Like Oma's in a basic CBT right from GSS1, and those one they made exam. They will go to the controller. Maybe it's the principal or the vice principal or the person who is in charge of exam. They will go there and check their score immediately. Jamb ekwesịghị iru onye mechaa jamb ozugbo print ya score ya bụ ihe naba ọmalụ ihe ọ gbarụ. Mana nke ahụ abịa emechaa ọdụwa 2 weeks eje tinye ndị registered self for jamb self ha na-enwe 300. Ndị ekwesịghị pass ha na-enwe 316. Ndị amaghị ya ji jamb ime ha na-enwe 200, over 200. Then sometimes they change the scores just like ihe mere na enwere ike bụrụ score ndị si na Ogun steeti nye ndị si Anambra bụrụ ga Anambra nye Ogun steeti. So this can happen in 1 week. Ma ọ bụ na jamb bụ ị na-emecha n'ozugbo, which I know that if they want they would have done it. Just like it was way this ihu anyị na general election. O kwesịrị a na-atụ vootu ozugbo a na-afụ rizọt emechi enwe glitch emechazie before you know it midnight eme result announce. So all those things e just normal thing. Meanwhile ọ bụ ihe m bịara ikwu ya enwe many spaces emepe na for this current situation na that happened in Nigeria. Mana onye ọbụla na-abịa ebe a say no mistake, onye ahụ kwesịrị ka echeke ihe na-eme n'isi onwe bụ na ọgwụ na mkpụrụ mmiri maọbụ na-agba n'ọgwụ ahụ. Well, ihe enwere question grandmaster Jibu before.
Maxi in a use earphone. Amara me if about or these teenagers are they clear like before.
Is it better?
Yes, all the go better. All the go better.
Okay. So the question Grandmaster Jubu before about they see myself now by IPOB. Oh, normal thing. Especially in the way ya jiaka that ha go school yotaro. Although na after the power don't change hand. All they need to do as criminally minded harbor, they have to switch from where they are to where they will eat. They can't drop their guns. Then they gara akwụkwọ there, graduate, move on with their lives. Some are going support political parties like APC, PDP. Just like Onyedika of Enugu, Iguribe. They were former MASOB member. You can ask them yourself. They were once MASOB member. Strong one for that matter. And then when you now the canon matter that Kedafaya was Rike did not do ×2 of it. Like sitting at home. In fact, it was Rike. And when Bana be a pestisha akwụkwọ mmapado. That is a na bekee Igbo kanji ame. That is amapado share n'ụzọ say that tomorrow don't come out to ndị yiri mmadụ egwu
especially na Anambra State. And all today ka m na-anụ na the man bụ onye Imo steeti bịa si bụrụkwa onye ọkaigwe. But since m gwachagwara the man na onye Anambra, because ihe ndị a mere na Anambra ya Ọnịcha na Nnewi ya ihe ndị a mere anyị na Anambra tụ eke ya n'agbanyeghị na m abụọ maazị mgbe ahụ, mana ihe ndị a mere anyị wee ya dụba ya ka emechalụ ejide Nchekwu na Obiene Nnamdi Kanu, who was the former member of MASOB, came out to become IPOB, wee bidozie nke sizi anyị nọrọ n'ụlọ every Monday. And this guy bụ onye ọkaigwe na-ene anya ihe na-eme n'ọkaigwe na-eme a na-egbu mmadụ every Eke Market day. Owazike could not say anything till today. I know he has the power to still do something, but he has refused to do anything. It is okay. Mana ihe na-ekwu bụ ndị nzuzu nọ n'egwu a ha na-agba bụ ndị Igbo nọ there. Because gwanụ ka onye abụghị onye Igbo, onye si Akwa Ibom, just like the world greatest nke bụ onye Bini, bịa na-agwụ na space, we must sit at home.
Dimkpa Bini.
We must sit at home. We are all na-ekwu abụkwu ndị Bini o, ọbụkwu ndị Edo na ọkwu ndị si South East, me wo si South East. Agbawa na space na-ekwu we must sit at home. We must do this for Nnamdi Kanu. Ndị ọ na-ekwu abụkwu ndị si Edo steeti, ndị ọ abụkwu ndị si Akwa Ibom. Divine na-emepe ọnụ ya ka onye ara na-akọgheri we must sit at home for Nnamdi Kanu. Ọ na-agwakwu ndị si Akwa Ibom, ndị ọ na-agwa bụ ndị si South East, ndị Igbo anya na-emegheri na-asị ride on, ride on, ride on, ride on. Ọ na-aride on na-eje anya na-emegheri. Anụ mpama bịara ebe anyị nye anya advice. Hustling je chụọ that guy because ihe hustling na-ekwu dị too big for him to understand. Ịkarị hapụ ya ka ewere nwayọọ sobe wee nwudesi ike. Ịma na ndị anaghị ala ka ebe a na-eme eke sense. Ọ nzuzu ka eji na-agwa ha okwu na-aba okwu a na-atọ ụtọ. Because ka ya esi because this talking point now of jump na ya IPOB ebu n'isi na jegbuo ndị mmadụ on Monday na efere na asị ka you can see it yourself. Can't you see the haters? The haters don't like us. Na space. Don't worry, you see it in their spaces very soon. They will demand. Meanwhile, if you check it in the day of my jam, where can be the go? When I can assure you that na ndị nọ n'Ọnịcha na ndị nọ Nnewi, they don't do WAEC on Monday. Now, ọ bụ na enwe anything merenu asị nọ ndị WAEC mere nke a. Efu ya na anyị ejiri aka anyị na-egbu onwe anyị were iri kedo onwe anyị n'onu ka anyị kegbuo onwe anyị. You tell us we are pushing Biafra. Kwanụ nka ihe anyị esi wenyere anyị aka bụ ndị Igbo. So ihe na-ekwu bụ na I don't support whatever they're doing, and if IPOB will be the one that will be taking this talking point of jump, I will not stand with them. I will stand on the side that the right thing must be done, not in the way of IPOB. Because enweghị ihe ọbụla bụ IPOB, enweghị ọbụla gbasara Biafra agitators ndị ndọgbu that we ever bring good to Igbo. If you so much love ndị Igbo ị na-anụrụ ọgụ, is it not to protect them? Every day ibupụta egbe face your brother, your same blood, same tribe, ofu asụkọ nọ n'azụ, face gba ya tọtọtọtọ, ịgbacha idobe egbe. And enwere ga master kwuda si na because how close Anambra to Imo State, Nyaka Anambra do very, very affected. If we are now, we are still fighting them in Ihiala, most especially Lilu. Because open again till that confession that guy made yesterday, Ikenga play Lu. Iyanu na mgbe ha jide that attack No Kiwe prison, one prison to no Kiwe. Or say at the end of the day they went to their camp. I see a which camp or no lead. If we are now. So how much in Imo State? Habianam bia zone where, and that is why I don't have peace there today. It's a serious thing that Soludo is facing in these people's hand. And if we Bundi Ndibo, Imo State and Anambra State, if we don't join together, and we can defeat that. Mana ọkwefu nwoke a na-akpọ Hope Uzodimma daman enweghị ihe eji dama kpọrọ ịma na Owerri bụ the only city or the only capital in the south, the only capital in the southeast that still sit at home on Monday. Owerri bụ the only capital in the southeast that still sit at home on Monday. It is uncalled for that a governor like that, who is also a member of the ruling party in the federal, this kind of a thing is happening.
Maxi, they are sabotaging that man's government. I'll be
No,
honest
no,
with you.
please, Mazi, I'm in Owerri, and I will give you the precise.
Maxi, let me tell you. Ego, I'm coming. Maxi, let me tell you something. I've worked very close to some security men in Imo State. These people are saboteurs. They are sabotaging the government of Imo State. They are sabotaging the governor of Imo State. They are sabotaging the security. Let me tell you how they do this. Do you know these people can give you information just to lure the security to kill them and get their guns? How will you help people like this? And some innocent people who are also crying, calling for security. Security will not know who to answer, who not to answer. Do you know that in Imo State, or Kiwe to be precise, these criminals, ordinary girls, boys, their whereabouts, but they will never tell security. They can even give information when they know that security is coming. So, at times, those of us who are very far from the government of Imo State may think the governor is not doing something. The Hope Uzodimma is brutal on these people. Hope Uzodimma, forget that. Last time Hope Uzodimma nyere order. I'm aware because I'm very, very close. When you're aware, see, no need of any post here. If I tell you what these people are doing to this criminal, Jesus Christ, if I tell you what they are doing to these criminals,
Ikenga,
but
what are they
but the
doing to
truth,
the criminals?
no,
Gentle is still there sending
no,
out voice note.
let me tell you what is going on. If Lebes Gentle Nano, can well the reason they never take Gentle out. Emana, some people see from Imo, Abro criminals, we agree for Gentle to use them as a shelter. And any attempt to take Gentle out will result in a whole lot of killings. Okay, can you drug something? You notice ebe Gentle na mmanya. If for the kind of people now we eat on do to anine. If I have some villagers who believe Biafra will come next year. And the Nekwifed these people name ha kidnap Tego. He said to all strategic people. Those strategic people bundiga leo ndiga use as a human shelter. So the war against insecurity in Imo State is very, very complicated. Okay, look at our mama. If you go to our mama, onye ya matter no a criminal ka ọ bụ ọ matakwa mmadụ na nwanne na-ezu oshi ịpụta ọval ọgwa gị na nwanne gịnị na onwe ihe nwanne na-eme no security mana ọ ma na nwanne na-ezu oshi. By the end of the day, inwu di ekpori ya je Tiger Base. Iruo Tiger Base ebupụta gị file. Ifu na onye ezubegoli ohi before ife Biafra agitation ebido. So, anybody
Ikenga,
discrediting. Let me
Ikenga,
round up. Let me round up. Anybody discrediting Hope Uzodinma, I don't think I will support the person. Hope may not be 100% as we want it, but he's really doing something. I'm telling you. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Thank you.
Ikenga, I don't believe that.
Please let me use 30 seconds to say
Wait,
something.
now I think
I
Maxi was
the
still
last person
Eagle. Maxi
the last
still have
person
the
that
mic, Abby.
the,
Eagle, hold on. Eagle, hold on. I think Maxi will still have his time. Maxi, are you
I'm
done?
not done. I'm not done. Usually we can let me continue. Usually let me continue.
Okay, Eagle,
Mazi,
just give.
please just give me
Yeah,
few seconds. Issue of sit at home in Owerri. Can you hear me?
go on. Just be quick.
The last person that spoke, I don't know if it's Ikenga, who said about sabotaging Hope Uzodinma. Partially, some of the things he said is true. No doubt about that. But you see, the issue of sit at home in Owerri, in the capital city, I reside in the capital city, and I'm telling you for free, go and search. In fact, come and investigate. In the capital city of Owerri for the past 3 months, you only see sit at home at Olo and Okigwe. I repeat, Olo, Okigwe, especially at Olo. On Monday, even a goat in Olo cannot shout meh. On Monday, even a cock at Okigwe cannot shout ukuruku. I'm not joking. It will be like a meeting. Like even the animals are aware. I'm not joking. It's not a joke. Just but as for inside the city, no, 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 no. There's nothing as such. But I'm not saying this because ndị IPOB nọ ebe a nkunu mere merikwa much ọ na-abịakwa imezi city bịa gbawa ume anyị biko unu. I'm not saying this for you people to now come inside the city and start unleashing mayhem. Please, in fact, there is sit at home inside the city. Please.
Yeah, thank you. Let me use a few seconds. Then Maxi will have back your mic. Ikenga, I disagree with you. Hope Uzodinma is so inept. You understand me? Both him and that his leadership there. He has failed the Imo State people woefully. You understand? There is no way you are telling me that these guys, there's no way they will discuss with all these security people to know how to infiltrate these people's camps, even though they surround themselves with a human shield. We have seen that happen with other terrorist group, and how you can use infiltrators to round up these people. Are you telling me that since then that they are yet to find a kind of somebody they are going to use to infiltrate that their camp with the level of information you are still giving, and they are still getting other places? They have not been able to fish out these individuals in a clandestine manner. The problem with Nigeria, must you go there with armor tank before you dance down on the insecurity? Must you go there with armor tank? Why not start in a clandestine manner, the same way other security outfits would do it? Why not use thread that particular part and see if you can achieve any level of success by doing that? Right now, are they expecting to bombard their camps with the fighter jet and kill other innocent people? They can make use of informants and infiltrators in a quiet way, take out all these people. These people are sitting on a huge resources to do all this kind of thing. You can promise arrest one of them in a covert way, or abduct one of them covertly, pay him money, give him money, promise him 10 million, 20. You see all those people following Gentle. If there is a way, if maybe at the end of the day, all these emo security force, they are able to abduct one, just one, give him 100 million, send him 100 million in his account, let him be seeing it there and be spending it, tell him to go back, plant one or two, either microphone or GPS or tracker. Even me here now, I track my vehicle here. Is it that the Imo State people, the Imo State government, uh, these people are total failure, Ikenga. They are total failure. Give these people, give any infiltrator 100 million, plant a GPS or tracker, let him go back to their camp. He will be sharing sensitive and detailed information across to the security forces. This will help to eradicate, fish out all these people one after the other. They're not going to do it. Rather, they want to go there and with armor tank and vehicle and start even killing innocent people. So I don't believe for a second that these people are more than our security. I like to say that these people are complicit allegedly. They are complicit. Because me, I know how to address insecurity. Imagine a governor now sitting somewhere in government house, getting security report from left and right, getting security report from commissioner of police, from the ones that are sending that from Abu, the rest of them. He can equally command, make a bold statement, and the security forces will start working on that particular instruction.
Nze Benjamin, aka 4th of July na-elozi ilo ka o kwuo.
Biko, just to furthermore debunk what Maxi said. Maxi, biko, onwe any part of Owerri ji anọ n'ụyọ on a Monday. Iwara, ebi m n'Owerri, mana eji m ayọ ụyọ mgbe ọbụla ọ sọrọ m. And nyọkwanụkpa na eji m echi from village, I drive to the city, even on a Monday. Everywhere they bubble.
4th of July. 4th of July.
Eh?
Igbo onye bekai. Igbo onye bekai.
Oya, man.
Uyo ma gị.
Oya,
Go ahead.
man.
Oyo, man, my brother. I just let no more.
Etro m n'Owerri mana ahụ m onye ike duru.
Elebon Ikedu.
Anyị ga-amakọ ya.
Ndị ike. Okay, now, bro.
So nwanne m Maxi, ihe dị otu ahụ adịghị n'Owerri, ghọtara ya, ịghọla ihe rịkpa aha arịa. So anyị ji afọ echi Monday.
Anụgo m ekwuru. Ịma ihe m ji ekwu ya bụ na last week Monday, my woman chọrọ ịga Owerri. Ọkpọ nwanne nwaanyị wee gwa ya sị ya anwakaka na anwa bịa on Monday. Ọ kama na ọ bịara on Sunday or Tuesday, and she did not prepare leaving on Sunday. She has to, by any chance, leave on Sunday. So Nadia, why ejiwe nebelato? So no my consider too. So I don't know the thing, because I cannot just say, come on space and say whatever I like. It is information that I have that I'm giving. Maybe no, it's not like that, but say already. So let me start from where Ikenga was saying. Akwefro Ikenga, this appion way na-agbara hope ụzọ dị mma. Akwefe ịgbachara ya chi na asanworo, it will not work. Ebe etu amanago nọ na. Now, how can a whole governor, appointed to take care of Imo and make sure that Imo is safe? Say that is the basic work of a governor, is to protect the life and the property of a state. Now, and when you made last week Thursday, Ikenga, Omonago Nebe Bakwa, maka 30 people that they burnt alive. Ikenga, etu Omonago no now, you've not heard that any of those people, any of them has been caught. Ikenga, Ima iye Gentle na-eme n'Imo State. Till today, Gentle is still working freely in Imo State. Are you telling me that Obono Peter Mba, the governor of Imo State, Gentle will still be in Imo State?
Maxi.
Are you telling me that Obono Soludo, the governor of Imo State, that Gentle with TB in Imo State, na-eme video. They said,
Can why something got shock again?
I sure
It up with anybody. Of for the made that in Nemo, eh? When you will have from that day till today, as I'm talking to you, you can't believe it. But Agwangi, he had order from Hope or the man. It was if they don't post what they are doing anymore because people now complain. Okay, unu na-ekwu about the armored car. Do you know why the armored tanker? They are not using armored tanker because they want to use it to scare people. They use some of that armored tanker to discover able mazi and one explosive. Because now that armored tanker in a enwe camera, enwe ihe na-dictate ebe anything explosive. So you can go there with ordinary vehicle. One name, I'm the war that is going on in Imo State. It's not small war. That man, ka ngwa gị ọ bụrụ na a na-egbu ndị oshi a tren na Anambra n'Imo steeti Imo steeti gọọmenti na-egbuzi ha 20 in a day. But ịmakwa, I'm sorry to say this, ịma na o nwere whole town inwe ike ịpụta na part of Imo State. I'm sorry to say this. Ọ bụ na ha dị mmadụ 100, mmadụ 30 na-ezu oshi, 40 na-eme 419. The remaining 2 enwechaghị aka ọrụ mana ọ na then the small tiny people bụzi ndị ezigbo mmadụ. Then ndị oshi anyị ekwezi ka ndị ezigbo mmadụ na ebe a nkuru mmiri tọwa iko. That's what is going on. And ịnọkọtazi ihe nwezi choice than to join them. Maxi, try you people n'anya unu afụkwado na Hope Uzodimma aka na nka. Iche na gịnị mere o ji ka nka? Nwanne that man esobu m na ndị na-ekwu na onwe ihe ọ na-eme na ome but emecha nkweta na onwe ihe ọ na-eme.
okay,
Ka
ọ
anyị
dị
na-aga.
mma. Ihe na-ekwu bụ Ikenga. Ihe ọzọ Hope Uzodimma mere n'Imo State. Were ruo today, Gentle Kadondo is not doing anything. Because you know the root, you know the head of these criminals. He have refused to take him out. He na-egbu ụmụ boys ya, which you know will not stop the criminality in Imo State. He has not been doing anything at all. As long as this Gentle Kadondo na-akpagharị n'Imo State, Gentle ka n'Imo State na-eme video na-epost ọgbapụ ọsọ n'Imo State, ọgbapụ ọsọ n'Imo State, then Hope Uzodimma is still petting him. Or maybe it's political. He's using him. I don't know, but actually, for this insecurity to have continued, and onye anyị mma na-head this insecurity ka ọ n'ime ọhịa, ọ nọcha n'ime ọhịa tọcha ndị mmadụ na-acha ego, ọ ga na si je ṅụọ mmanya. Hope Uzodimma esi na ọ na-arị ihe nji ekwu ihe a bụ maka ọkaigwe bụ epuru esi ngwa Agodat n'ebe my mom si Ụmụkene precisely wee na-agwakọta na Ụmụkene na-enweghị onye bizi ebe ahụ ọsọ gị jụọ ese. Iche na ọ na-atọ m ụtọ that I will go back to Anambra State and I will not visit my maternal home. Iche na ọ na-atọ m ụtọ. Wee na-asị gị na Hope Uzodimma is not doing anything. Ị na-convince na enwe ihe ọ na-eme, na ọ na-eme secretly. Nọọsụ ọgwụnwa bụ Ikenga na-afịa, anyị nwa na-afịa. You don't need to tell me that ọ na-eme ihe. I actually seeing it on the ground. Maguma na-agwa gị that he's not doing anything. Ị na-agwa na ọ na-eme secretly wee na-egosi gị mana anyị nwa anaghị afịa. These things is not something you convince me to believe. It's what I should see then believe. On a even self, the places we be everywhere that that Okigwe is getting back to life. Man, you can't see this. Any example, Umukene, you can't go there and you find one swansu there. So ye na-ekwu na eyamu ihe ya eme. Hope Uzodimma ọ na-anya afụ na ihe a na onye emenwunye, let him resign, which I know is impossible. But just like we all know, maybe he stays in Imo State one day in a month. Because I'm not sure that man lives in Imo State. If we are not, and don't maybe this thing is about mecha and nothing will happen. And I don't will see happen. if nothing is done. But the only way mesikwe na this man na-arụ ọrụ bụ if Gentle can run away from Imo State or gun him down. However, if that has not happened, then Hope Uzodinma has not been doing anything and he has not done anything. Thank you.
4th of July, you can go ahead. Ikenga sị na aka gị adapụsigo.
No wahala. First of all, Biku, Ikenga, I will also join my brothers to disagree with you. One na aso jiri na anointing ga-eso ozu ala n'iyi. So you believe Gentle ogige with Umazi, there is no innocent person around Gentle. The way he jidere ugbu a na, the way jidere now, there is no innocent person around him. So anybody ahụrụ n'akụkụ ya, say what everybody. Let everybody go down. Onye ọbụla ahụrụ ihe na Gentle ka agbara ha niile. Ka emere ndị anya arịa. So you cannot tell me that na Imo State, in fact, go on all the way to in South Africa, when for stand information, how much more our intelligence department. So when here I get one me, man, I na politics abala na ihe. Maka na ara ahụ eji ndụ mmadụ bena azọ politics, na politicize things. Ihe mere Gentle ji dị ndụ till date. When politics nọ n'ime ya. Maka na Hope Uzodinma dị serious about this guy. Forget also. See, sometimes I name our security underrate. One in 2019, edupuru my brother 10 million naira. Ndị biru the change na Lagos here. I got reports to the nearest area here. He be the investigation. Ada akụkọ na track ha sikwa nka na track ha sikwa nka ọzọ na track ha sikwa nka na track ha sikwa nka. Otu ọnwa na-aga, ọnwa abụọ na-aga. Mgbe oga my brother meziri Federal SARS involved all the way from Abuja, 2 weeks and 3 days. Go take these guys. Ha ga n'Osun State. N'ime obodo ga bute these guys. Ebe ha nọ na-live large with the loot. So forget Nigerian were intelligent. All just na ha chi ịrụ ọrụ ha ga-arụ ọrụ. Because I witnessed twice, I've witnessed it in my own eyes. So everyone Imo State government is very serious about Gentle. One now, okay, take the next 4 market days. About Gentle, what way? But because they believe that there's no innocent person. All the go time no now. Otam no now. On our home with Butuzo. Everyone I have boss a picture. What would that make of me? I'm seeing a picture with somebody very notorious like that. I'm seeing a picture with this popular bandit guy and about Turuji Bello. I hope so. And he also General Mike the second time with that guy John rubbish that IPOB guy. Rubbish just no these guys will just come to space, they will derate the space, and when you tackle them, they will deny their membership of IPOB. But I don't blame them. The agitation is built on cowardice. The canon on a court na agụisi onwe ya na onwekwe mgbe o kwuru nke a na Chineke gbakwara ya ama na onwekwe mgbe o kwuru nke a onwekwe mgbe o mere nke a na Chineke gbakwara ya ama ji Chineke na-atụ isi mgbe ijidere ha like this, they will deny their membership Ya be here, they will come to space, they will derail the space, and everybody over at that space now will now look stupid. Even we listening to that, when somebody is talking gibberish, even you listening to that person will look stupid. That's what they do, and that's what they do best. They will bring out all manner of evil scenario, bad scenario, just to use it to drive an agenda, to suit their own ideology. Man, I know here, we ha gara ga pịa ụmụaka ụtalị, ụmụaka chiri de WAEC. I know here mgbe ha gara ga gba skuul ọkụ. I know here mgbe Nnamdi Kanu nọ na-etret na onye ọpụtara na ọ ga-egbu ya. In fact, o nwere one tape m nwere ebe Nnamdi Kanu nọ na-etret na any village mere associate with Hope Uzodimma, that village is gone. And witnessed it today in Osun and other places. That any village that entertains Hope Uzodimma, whether Hope Uzodimma came there to build health center or whatever, that village is gone. They will suffer for the consequences. And today, IPOB wants us to believe that they are the best. They are the best in after Fuwere. It's not possible. It's not possible. When we know you guys are worse. In fact, it's time for us to put them into the same category of IPOB, JAMB, and ESN, because these three people have sabotaged education in the southeastern part of the country. So, say, give those guys Mike, hey, do cohering, and everybody know here about this is stupid listening to the rubbish coming out of their mouth. We are trying to de-radicalize our people and giving them some kind of, yes, I understand that this is a liberal space where everybody should have their say, but at some time, what the very, very necessary to filter the room and censor some people from speaking. Because the moment they spread their agenda, it's like moving backward after taking 2 steps. And this is what their leader always does best. Whenever he comes to court, on a microphone like this, he be doing another campaign of hate. There. We don't have hope and encouragement. So let us mind the because I understand that it's very, very liberal. I want to entertain all thoughts, but sometimes not the very, very necessary. But not the very, very necessary. Onye ku inyo anara ya mic. Ge koferi anara ge mic. They won.
Ndewo. Let me Benjamin. Onwe phone aghọta. Look, go and verify. Gentle. Akpọba top 20 criminals enwe n'Imo State currently. Gentle abata. Yeah. Afefu Gentle. Gentle abakwa na top 20 n'Imo State n'anya. Nwanne only Olu akpọba criminals not there. In fact, na this Okigwe n'anya akpọba top 20. Onwe ndị ka na-agwanwu Gentle, you can't come to this area. Egwu ahụ ekwe Gentle gather. Onye ka nji agwa unu wee shi unu na the war, it's not as simple as you are looking at it. But when it comes to issue of Gentle, say na I will argue anybody saying Obon actually take it out that they can take, of course. Obon actually take Gentle out. It can only cause few collateral damage, but they will take him out. Mana criminals no n'Imo. Imakos were John. The criminals not there, you can't tell whether han on Anambra State, can on Imo State. In few days to come, onwe one ya online. Obo online, ono gafia. He will be a native doctor, but on gafu kana agagodo. Imama ko or criminal nke ndị Anambra ko nke ndị Imo. Because if these people name, these people we act. Jela hụ na nke enyi ha nọ na Anambra State. Akwa ha cross na 10 minutes abago ha baga Anambra State. Ejela o. Ị nọ n'ebe anụnwa na-eti na onye anọ Imo steeti ọ cross kwa na tinye jiri ụgbọ mmiri gafee ọgbarụ jee nọrọ. Ị nọ n'ebe anụnwa na-eti ọbanye Cameroon jee join ndị otu ha ndị otu achụ ayaba. Ị nọ na-eti na ọ na ebe anụnwa. Look, let me tell you people the truth. Eziokwu na politicians, they are always politicians. And they always want to sound politically correct. Onye nwabata ihe eji wee nụta some certain statement from the governor of Imo State. Even my own dear governor, make go such, statement. Mgbe ọ sịsị kpọnye Nnamdi, iwe jụọ ya akpọnye gị Nnamdi, kpọrọ ya nata ebe. But these are political talk. Mgbe Hope Uzodimma kwuru, no, it's not getting one, no, but ife niile abụ political talk, and depending on who you are talking to. Ọ bụ na because of na mbụ onye IPOB then, and Hope Uzodimma ma my antecedent. Hope Uzodimma ejiri maka m sị na ọ bụrụ nda, you will not blame him. Because Oma Nambu member, but I don't support things like this. So upon I hope these people don't do this because upon no hope to kwesiku mbali I na-enye ekwesịghị ka ọ bịa kwube in defend of us mgbe nka nọ na IPOB. But being that not all the antecedent of some of us, Optasia make that political statement. People will carry it, and the same people they if hope on the map, but the same people now bury the same hope on the map. Because what these people do, they always want you to speak in defense of them. Ikuhana, Oluhana mgbe ha need to use if equal to defend themselves. He be post to be your video. That's what they do. So, in conclusion, the war, the Nemo State, the complex. I know what I'm telling you, people. You don't know whether you are waging the war against the drug dealers. You don't know whether the war is against fraudsters. You don't know whether the war is against the agitators. You don't know whether the war is against senseless people. So, if at the or the complex, and it was the worst part of it, but the involvement of Omuai. The involvement of Omuai, na crime name in Imo State. Omuai, they deeply involved. You hardly catch some criminals. They are spies. Ndị na-eje wetara ha ego, ndị na-eje natara ha ransom, ndị na-eje emere ife dị iche iche, ndị na-set even people up. Boom, why? Are you getting what I'm saying? So, my own is this. Obona, I make it a hope if I make it a hope if with not just hope, with other governors. At times, now when them try to go close, so you will understand. But as the first citizen of Imo State, we still hold him responsible for anything made in Imo State. We want him as the executive governor of our Imo State to take gentle out. That's what we want. And I think I will stop here. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Ikenga, thank you. Well, I will not make excuse for Hope. I will not make excuse for him. He should be up and doing. the lives of our Igbo brothers and sisters. We are losing them every single day. Just recently, we lost about over 30 people burnt uh, at that Okiwe area, and there have been, sorry, excuse me, there are reports of IED explosion that have killed at least over 100 people also. So this is a critical issue at hand that needs urgent attention. So if hope, I know it's not possible like Mazi said, but if hope has been overburdened with a burden of insecurity, I think it's time for him to come out, say it openly, and resign and go to Abuja and build his permanent home there, so that competent hands can take over the affairs of insecurity of Imo State. Sorry, because we don't want to see people like this now. Come 30th May, we are going to get bad news from that region, because we know these are the places that they have foothold. You understand me? And for IPOB people that will want to flaunt this jump something, you guys are not serious. You guys are jokers. If you think for a second that Igbo people are not wise and smart enough to see through your BS, you guys are jokers. You guys are
But Benjamin, these people are worse than jump people. If they keep them and keep jump people, which people will you take? Jump people never stop
my
people from
brother,
taking their
my
exam.
brother, Ikenga,
Jump people never flaunt it.
Ikenga,
Jump people never.
When they started being concerned about our education is even surprise to me.
Ikenga,
As in when
You imagine.
Ikenga. I will take a Fulani herdsman, a Fulani header. I will take a Fulani header with AK-47 before I will take an IPOB person. A Fulani header with AK-47. I will take that person before an IPOB terrorist. Because the worst thing you can come across in life is your own brother killing you and telling you that he's trying to save you. Enemy within. This is the worst enemy you can have. The enemy within. You understand? Strangers, outsiders cannot affect the type of damage somebody you have living inside your house. You understand me? So I will take a Fulani header with an AK-47 rifle before I will take any IPOB person. It's not as if these people care much about our education. No. These are people that are born in school. They born in school in Imo State, if I'm not mistaken. They turned the school into this thing. There are videos out there of them flogging our.
into into shrine.
Yes, they turned a whole school into this their shrine that they used to hang people's skull here and there. They turned the whole school to a shrine. These are the same people that wants to come and wave jam schools or jam flag along in my face. No, you can't do that.
Hustling, these people are opportunists. You know what,
I
before I used to try to differentiate the people I believe they are still innocent and the criminals. But I stopped doing that. You know why? I stopped doing that. You can't keep, speaking, and those you try to, okay, see, oh, let's see if these people will repent. The more you try, the more they are doing evil. You see, some of them you consider the innocent online talking rubbish, blackmailing people, lying against people for nothing, bringing hatred. upon their fellow human being. And I am not the kind of person who will be there defending, trying to tell you why you're stupid, your promiscuous leader is there. He will not do it, but he will want Ikenga to be the one to do it for. Thunder Bobu with that on a leader. So Ikenga, you have grown the Chineke with that your leader. He will not do what he's supposed to. He's busy, supporting ihe na-ewusisi ndị Igbo. Because onwere anybody not here I have doubt that Nalido na adịghị in support of Nnamdi. Na ọ in support of Simon. He's in support of him. FWE, none of you idiots with EC Kano can take that oath. Say no, Nalido na adịghị in support of Simon ever. Is a challenge. Mputu onye sokwanya boro say si bupụta iyi ka ya ṅụọ na Lido na adịrị in support of Simon. Ịṅụ ha n'iyi a immediately, not even his own brother. Let it be a hashtag. Na Ikenga sịrị kelee onye ya pụtanwu ndị Igbo ebupụtara ya ọfọ Igbo. O buru ya ṅụọ iyi sị na ọ bụ na Nnamdi adịrị in support of, ọ bụ na ọ dị in support of Simon ka ya nwụọ. Ị ga-afụ onye ahụ ama ngafe mont maka Chineke ana Igbo etigbuo ya. Lido unu nọ na-play the game of amarom ebe onye nzọpụta ya esi bịa. Oche nọ ndị a gbuo ndị amị asị ka ejiri maka ya na ka ha bịa ka peace wee dị. Ọnya ka o ji wee nọ n'ime ebe a ntie. If they leave you under 2 minutes gị na-eme. Under 2 minutes, that means you are very, very wicked and evil. So you can stop insecurity under 2 minutes, but it's here on email jail. Under 2 minutes, can stop it before you come here. You should have been with that power. In on email jail, no kai was a case was there in on email jail. On the month, call was a kaifo. Nke a bụ isisi hapụghị ijechapụta kịta ikowe fụnafụna ndị ikwu okwasị sị Ikenga ya talking to Nnamdi like that thunder bụ ụlọ ncha niile. So onye bụrụ onye oyi onye oshi mekwuna iburu kere ihe bụ criminal ije na western world ịmala ife bụ crime criminal asịghị na ife a bụ criminal offense. Kere ife ọ bụ you are there, they are killing people with your name. Ị na-eme amaghị m ebe onye nzọpụta ya esi bịa. Ekwuzia maka ụmụ idiot agba. It's not as if na ebu mmadụ self, because ọ bụ na a powerful human being like men nwere respect for themselves and for their family. A na-ekwudu maka ise oke ka ị ghara ikwucha maka onye etu a n'ọkwụ onye ụmụaka na-afịa aka n'afọ n'ime hotel pịara aka na amụ. Ka nkwu okwu ya ọ na-asị m Ikenga so ilukwu onye ikwu okwu tọmda gbọ ụkwụ ụlọ ncha niile dị ndị ala. Let me leave the mic.
So
Anyway,
ihe na-achị ha dịkwa bụ na
Maxi, I was
okay,
anyway. Okay,
sorry,
go on.
okay, ihe na-achị ha dịkwa bụ o ya bụ ihe ọjọọ ma anyị hapụ ndị IPOB ka ha play this petty politics that they always do maka this jam. Ya ka nji I like ihe na-eme na timeline how the meaningful Igbos are taking it up themselves, not giving the IPOB the chance to do that, because even na ya ha mee Jesus Christ ihe eme na Igbo enwere ike etizie Thursday to Monday sit at home maka ihe eme na jam. So I like the way it's going and I'm happy about that IPOB, their voices are dying down and it will continue to die down, because it cannot be it cannot make Monday sit at home and expect the children to do magic. because they can know that one of those jump exam was to be taken on Monday. Kwa kwa masa yesiwe eme. So ndị nọ n'Ọnịcha. Kedu ka ndị yesiwe eme. Ifunanya na. So
Exam. Maazị hapụ aja exam. Ị na-ege ntị? Hapụ aja exam. They should go and write their exam. Do you understand? So that anybody bịazi attack ya ma na ụmụ Igbo. Maka ịma before ọ na-abụ ha mesịa sị na DSS, Army, iya. Onye threat na ụmụazị ya pụta bịa deja mbụ Monday. Then see ndị a na playbook ndị a na-adị so open that it's so easy to ha nwero to catch them in whatever they are doing. Ọkwa ịghọtago? If you give men, jamba men, we've all raised our voice in the way we've raised our voice. And men now, if you go if you action, Alex Onya na Ostachidoka na Nanyelugoha. That if you did step take, do you understand? Okay, yes, nyaka a na-discuss ya anọ m enwe space na-aga on with Chidoka. Okay, sorry, with Chidoka, then Alex and Nnayelugo, engineer in charge of Educare app. So they were just Anekukita and PRO jam not there. So all the issues anyway, it may go detailed explanation of what happened. Do you understand? Call him man. So problems from engineers apota. Bia dị in charge bia those upgrade mee ụmụ ihe upgrading of system to introduce whatever. So afụga ebe problem si. So it's
And
from the
those engineers, they intentionally left the southeastern states,
yes,
right?
yes hafugo problem ebe problem asi, and that is why makasi ka ya remark the exam or si remark anye mark. So a na-ekwu na the registrar na-agwa ma Ostachidoka ha n'ebe a sị na the registrar na-asị na enwezi trust in those engineers. So ụmụazị a je edegharịa the exam, and ya ka a na-ajụ why sudden wee na-ajụ ha ka ekwanụ sudden this sudden receipt. Wee sị na WAEC ebidogo na Nigeria na-enwe timetable exam for all exam na a na-ebu ụzọ dee JAMB na-enyego ha space ha. So it's just that they are encroaching into a timetable WAEC that is ongoing. See now your time WAEC now Saturday and Monday to receive the exam. Mana ha create kwa. See ọ na emerie unless more till August. Mgbe a ga-edechago ma WAEC o ma NECO ma NAPTEP or whatever. Then ọ bụrụ till August. Ihe a bụ ka esi reason resolution in a very good way. The only thing unu eme ya in a civil way. At the end, ihe achieve bụ good result. Then unu ama ka unu ga-esi arrangezie onwe unu. Look out, this year look out on things like this. Ma okay, something is wrong. So ọ bụ na Southeast now, Obuna mmadụ dịka Alex and some group of it, they can find a way to work with schools. Na Southeast ma Ostachidoka, they find a way and start working with schools. Mark ga-esi keep data and information about ụmụ ihe exam anụnwa. Do you understand? Because ọbụna ya nwere people like this, emecha mkpọtụ na social media ọnyụa pee. Do you understand? Emecha mkpọtụ na social media eticha mkpu, it will just die down like that. And I commend them for ihe eme. And now ekwugosi ọ bụ na ịma ndenwu the exam na enwe ticket ị ga-erase na that JAMB. PRO na-ekwu that thing, Fabian Benjamin na-ekwu si onye ama na enwe ticket a erase ticket nye report na then amanu ma ya consider ma ama no depend the number of people this report. Amama ye to August, but the man has been apologizing. Now, Sibiko, people should find a way. Zakahaje exam. Do you understand? Either Saturday or Monday for them to go and write the exam. Do you understand? And they are taking accountability over this issue. We've dragged them and we've called them out. So, those guys, those tech guys, ịma ha ga-disappear go ndị a na-enye contract gọọmenti enye ha contract ịbịa ma ha ga-disappear go now. Ha nwere ike amana a na-akpọ ha na phone ama nwetezi ha because ha ya analụgo ego ha gaa iru. Do you understand? So
enweghị ebe ha nọ gọọmenti chọọ ha ihe nweta ha enyeta ha excuse. Government chọọ ha today this night in the next 2 hours they will get all of them. Ma ha bụ ihe na-eme so
listen, enwe ihe a na-akpọ ịma ihe dị na contract ọlụ enye gị ọkwa ịghọtago ịma na enwe ka some of these tech guys si move. Do you understand? Onwe ka ha si move. So ịmarọ anything gbasara anything tech or whatever ha mee gị ihe ọbụla mgbe ọbụla ha ji mụpụta they can defend themselves for all what not oche ofu ihe kwuo ofu ihe kọ. Do you understand? But for me, achọrọ m ka investigate those guys ka ama ihe nchi ikwu ka m gwa jam PRO this shouldn't end in apology. Do you understand? Because somebody died. Ihe take life mmadụ. You people should face the crime, face the music of what happened. Somebody lost her life. Oh, madam. So that's for me. And if coordination, if onye ọbụla na-ekwu okwu ndị be onye ọbụla na-erase issue and all what not. So I'm really impressed because ọbụna arapụ ya ndị ala anụwa. Unu ma their own rhetorics nke ha bụ gbuonu mụọ ya ọkụ kwatuo mee nke a mee nke a mana ọ dị ịma ha cha n'akụkụ na-amụ as of yesterday ha ụfọdụ a na-ede some of them are sounding like Nnamdi Kanu nsị ha unu a na-ekodu ka Nnamdi Kanu bụ onye izipu ụzọ kwube na a na-marginalize ndị na Igbo. It has been there. Ndị Igbo ọbụla na-ekwu ndị Igbo ọbụla dị active na-ekwu okwu na-ekwupụta okwu na-ekwu this thing.
I didn't really see.
It's just that no use social media. Na social media bịazi ịmalụgo with a lot of things. Unu afụgo n'ọkwa eme a na-eme n'unu nọ apụta na-agwa unu nọ not. Unu afụ nọ na South Lee ka ndị ilu unu nọ. Na South Lee ka ndị ilu unu nọ. More. Jee nene history Nigeria ndị ha na ndị Igbo na-emekọta ihe ọfụma bụ ndị ugwu. Jee chekie gọọmenti North ha na ndị Igbo ka ọ na-adana. Onye South ọbụla bata ọ bụrụ nsogbu dịrị ndị Igbo. Ọ bụrụ nsogbu ọsọ Goodluck Jonathan ma na mgbe Obasanjo nọ ka ọ dị ka Southern Presidency favor ndị Igbo. Nke anọ nke ihe ha nọ na-etisa na South atisachakwa abịakwa gwa unu Southern Presidency. I pray that ndị Igbo ya eji ile ha gụọ eze ha ọnụ. Weli ile ha gụọ eze ha ọnụ ma na abịa na South ọkwa su unu kwu su unu kwu nwekwa ndị kwu behind you people. You people are alone in the South. So ndị Igbo ya ma ka ha esi na-play politics ha na-play because ị na-anya ndị ọbụla na-play politics on their own side. Nwezi onye chọọ onye ọbụla nwerozi ndị ọbụla na-achọsọ nke ha ndị Igbo chọbanụ nke unu achọzi na nke ndị unu na ha ga-akwụ chọwanụ nke unu ma unu na-anya fụ ndị unu ga-align with na-eje align with them wee na-eme politics play politics. So amarọ m mgbe m batiri ike gara aba mba maka former onye. So that's what I want to say. Look at how civil Anna handle this issue now. And I resolve wago issue. Okay, see me here. We've raised the voice and they push you gear. Now I resolve wage. The only thing I am able, I am for other subsequent ones. Okay, yes, una mako ndi IAC organize zi onwe anyị kebezie nkwụcha monitor bazia okay ọ dị ka enweghị issue n'ihe a na-enebezi anya a na-ede WAEC kịta. Schools should be out for their students. Do you understand? The look out for ụmụ akwụkwọ mara ihe a na-eme mgbe a ga-eme marking. Enwe ndị exam coordinators ya eje marking WAEC and all those things. Una adị sure ma ka una mara ebe script si from south east ebe ọ na-ejekazi because ịma a na-amaki WAEC enwe ike bute nke ndị north na east bute nke ndị east ebe ọzọ ka esi amaki WAEC a na-ebusasị script eburu nke ndị east enwe ike bujie west or north or what ọ ka esi amaki WAEC. So at least mana abịa na exam coordinators anyị enwe ndị Igbo n'ebe ahụ na monitor a na-scrutinize script ma amakicha because ọ na-aba emecha coordination makicha a na-eje chekie everything. Ndị Igbo n'ebe ahụ na-emeke sure na ihe ha na-echeki na ndị nke unu na ọ na-adaba. Do you understand? Work together. Ọ ihe ndị be anyị emewe like leaders ndị anyị nwecha ọ bụrụ apụta na-eme mkpọtụ na social media si na-alụ ọlụ n'azụ background. Ọ bụrụ ihe niile a na-eme mkpọtụ na social media a na-eme mkpọtụ na social media unu na-eme mkpọtụ na-alụ na background because it's really embarrassing na ya enwero leaders like governors enwe na South East bụcha lily livered men. Ha na-eme ama president ọ na-atụ ha egwu ka ọ gịnị ikwu anything ihe ọbụla gbasara ndị Igbo a na-eme ndị Igbo ma ụjọ na-atụ ha. I just don't understand them. Do you understand? They are not vocal. They are not nothing. Alex Oti nche na onye ọkwụrụ president Soludo or Hope Uzodimma ka anyị ga-akaụntụ for this. They are mute over this issue. And they will not even be doing anything behind to avert ihe amen ka ọ yali repeat again. It's all personal individuals na-eme now this thing ka ọ yali repeat again. Individuals are fighting this thing. They don't care. Ndị gọvanọ anyị nwe senators anyị nwe ndị kwesịrị report ihe a na National Assembly. Ekwesịrị ibu issue of discussion now na National Assembly. But where are they? I know people na federal rep. I know senators. Are they talking about this? Yeah,
This
but not good.
senator Abia State, Kalu. Oh, no, that's the commission on.
Deputy Okwa Speaker. All on Abia State. These are issues they kwesịrị discuss. Kita ọbụna na not ka ihe ame. If today a ga na-ekwu na National Assembly a na-ekwu na-repeat if onye ọbụla kunye inye okwuo maka jam onye ọbụla bet nke a ndị nke anyị nobody is talking onwere onye sending ọgbasakwa anụ ha a na-eche 2027 election again abịakwa asọchikwa ndị agha asọji aka eriginyekwa ha anachi akwa ebe a je na-alalụ ụla ụfọdụ ada eje dị sit itself.
Mpaghara ukwu bụ Vita Ume ọ nọ na Senate House na-alarụ ụla
Anambra Central ka ọ na-represent. He's the worst Anambra Central has ever had as a senator. I swear to God, Uche Ekwunife is 100 times better than him. Because at least Uche Ekwunife bute some federal parastatals down to our Anambra Centrals. One day in a federal work. Onye nke anụnwa, I just don't understand him. Enwedi ihe ọ na-eme. Enwedi like outreach, maybe I seen enwe ya na-eme na Anambra Central. Nothing. The only senator mma apart from Ifeanyi Ubah ịma side ha since onwe wetebe new senator from their Anambra South. Mana ọkwa ifo Anambra North, the senator nọ ebe a, this man is the least expected person. Mgbe m fụli na ọ na-contest nsi Jesus LP Tony Nwoye ka ihe ọ ga-emekwa na ịmalụgo ụdị ya. But this man surprised me ihe ọ na-eme for side ya ka ọ banye ihe ọ megolu ndị Anambra North senatorial side, ihe o mego side ahụ like na-enye ha empowerment side a need. Mana Anambra Central onwedị ihe, we are not seeing anything, nothing, not even akpa rice a na-ebute eke adekedi sef. Asọsọ ihe nke anyị na-eme bụ ị na-esogharị akpabi. Enwe ebe akpabi na-eje event ife ya na okpuru long cap ya na-eso akpabi up and down n'ike. That's it.
Oras na agogo. Oras na agogo.
Keep voice when you hello.
I'm in the Oras na agogo. Oras na agogo.
Ọbụrụ rice. Ọbụrụ rice na-agụ nwa biko ọbụrụ ma we have a lot to do na Anambra Central. We need a lot to do na Anambra Central. Ọbụrụ rice abụrụ ma but at least rice anara agụ m. Enwe ndị ọ na-agụ mana ọbụrụ rice is not rice a na-ada eke na-ada ewe m iwe sef because Nigeria anọrọ at war. So why they sharing food ka anọ na IDP ka country ebe ọbụna Gaza okwenedi na-share rice instead of finding a way to empower people, government pumping money into SME and all those things. Ọ ka esi empower people mana gọọmenti enwe ma federal o ma steeti onye ọbụla na tax people but ọkwa mmadụ na-ekwu na a na-atax inwe 5-story building n'Ọnịcha kịta every year na ya na-akwa Anambra State Government tax. Anụ m this thing mmadụ na-ekwu nsi are you serious si m n'eziokwu though I've not confirmed this story. So it's really embarrassing na enwe leaders na-speak for us but we shouldn't keep quiet. We should keep pushing. Na kịta national population census na-abịa. Ọsọ ndị Igbo ha mụchie anya ka mmiri lie ha na national census a na-abịa. Census a na-abịa ndị Igbo should invest in this census. We should invest in this census. Anyị kwesịrị by now anyị
Benjamin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Hey, I don't
Uh,
know
uh,
network issue. But
okay. Well, let me go on let me just. So what I wanted to say in essence is that listen, the IPOB people. I know it will come as a shock to you guys. You see, you guys all witness how well meaning Igbo people we all troop out en mass and condemned in totality what happened with this particular jump incident. You saw how they were able to gather prominent people at the top of affairs, at the helm of affairs in JAMB to be able to address the issue. And now we have arrived at least at what I would call a conclusive solution, a conclusive decision. Even though me, I believe that it was specifically targeted against Igbos. Yes, but you guys can at least see how people were quick to address the issue as a result of outcry. You understand? Left and right, everybody was criticizing this jump incident. Nobody went to Okigwe to set up camp. Nobody went to Iliru to kidnap Emeka to go and kill. Nobody went to where is this produce to go and bury people alive. Nobody did all that. Well-meaning Igbo people sent out, and we were all out here addressing the issue in the most civil way we can. We didn't go and organize ourselves to go and carry gun. Even some people were already discussing on how they were going to sue JAMB for that particular incident. It's for you guys to know how the extent Igbo people are willing to go to address this type of issue in the most civil manner possible. So for the IPOB that are going to wave this JAMB scorecard or JAMB flag, listen, it's only an idiot that will listen to you guys. Only a fool would think that IPOB are more concerned about education of an average Igbo man. It's only maybe somebody that doesn't have access to any form of internet, maybe doesn't have access to internet enabled devices. Maybe our mothers in the village. These people are your immediate prey. They are your immediate this thing. You'll get to go. You'll go to people to always propagate this your ideology, because all the time my mom keeps on sending me IPOB propaganda on WhatsApp. I don't know where she's getting it from, but she will just all the time keep forwarding me this most of their messages. One time I called her, I say, we be she ikpogbegburu IPOB propaganda igaji meri phone. Njuma we be she ekpogwete yen
That mean ịsụbakwa bona. Ibido.
Ikenga. So most of the time, these are the type of people they normally people that doesn't have access to much info. Not that, but somehow how they have managed to be spreading this information across to her. I don't know where she's getting that information. All the time I'll try to educate her. Listen, these guys are like, she will not listen. And most of the things she's sending me are videos of these IPOB people. They will package videos. These guys are Ikenga, these guys are doing a whole lot. These guys will package video of probably a video of maybe burnt down vehicle somewhere in the northern part of Nigeria or whatever. They will package that video. They will voice in that video. The voice in the video telling you that these are Igbo people they were burnt down, you know, as a result of a particular incident that happened in Uromi and the rest. They circulated that video. To this, my mom forwarded me that and told me, you see what they are doing to Igbo people. That's why we want this Biafra to succeed. Blah, blah. I say Jesus Christ. So these people, they have succeeded in even intruding into my mom's mental this thing. So now I have to deal with it. And to convince these old women, to convince them. So for these IPOB people that are going to be waving this jam flag, listen, people, we have moved past that level of stupidity. We are old enough to remember when you guys went and burnt down a school. Even you guys are still threatening sit at home, even though our kids will be taking exam on that day, but it does not stop you guys from threatening violence on that day. You guys are every single place on Twitter, on Facebook, threatening violence on our Igbo people, not minding that on that same day our kids will be going to the exam hall to write their WAEC, but it doesn't bother you guys. But you want to come out and wave jam flag in my own face. I mean, come on, people are not daft. People are no longer daft. People don't subscribe to that your useless ideology. You understand me? You can take your snake oil elsewhere and go and sell it. Most people are wising up. It's not like before that you guys will mint a particular propaganda and start spreading it. It will no longer work anymore. It will no longer work. We've seen you guys flogging kids that are supposed to attend the lectures. We've seen you guys flogging teachers. We've seen you guys burning educational institutions. We've seen you guys do all these things. You guys don't care about education. Don't pretend as if you care about education. You don't care. You guys don't care. You guys are just hell bent on achieving that Edurado, that Biafra. You don't care whatever thing that if you have to kill your we've seen people come up here on spaces, people like Biafra Light. We don't used to see him here. Even as much as I hate Nnamdi Kanu and the ideology he's currently propagating, I would never any day, even if the opportunity presents itself, I would never any day do anything to harm that guy or harm even anybody that is related to him. Even as much as the level I hate that guy. But a guy came up here, Biafran Light, a guy came up here and said that if given the opportunity and he was maybe he was to be part of a Gentle's team and he came out on a patrol and saw Nnamdi Kanu's sister wearing police uniform, that he's going to kill her, that she's wearing zoo military uniform. This is to show you the level they have radicalized these individuals. You people are extremists. You people are ISIS terrorists. You people are terrorists. And thank God that we successfully swallowed your voices here on Twitter. You guys don't have voice anymore. For other people that are listening in the anonymous session, you don't have voices anymore. We've swallowed your voices here. Your spaces is a clear proof. It's a clear proof. You don't get the numbers anymore. People no longer pitch tent with all those your BS. The best thing for you guys to do is to fold shop, call it a day, go back, retrieve back to your cocoon, retrieve back to your safe spaces, and you
They,
can build.
they need bad thing to happen in Southeast to gain their voice back. But
Yes,
unfortunately for them, this one Aquanaha.
they needed a particular incident to happen so that they can feast on it. This is how they propagate their ideology. That is why they don't care if they are going to be the person to cause that mayhem. They tried the same thing in also. Since the Fulani people are no longer killing, they went and Fulani style, they massacred people, Fulani style. You understand me? They don't care if they have to be the originator of that, if they have to go and commit that crime themselves for them to propagate their ideology, they are going to do it. They don't care about how many people that is going to die as a result of. They will go and do that thing. That's why they are patiently waiting for incidents like this to occur for them to feast on it and propagate their ideology. But they don't know that we've grown past that level. Intelligent people are never going to pitch their tent in any IPOB nonsense, useless ideology. And I pray that very soon they will find this your supreme terrorist in chief. They will find him guilty of his crime, and he will serve out his remaining miserable life in jail. He will serve out his remaining miserable life in jail, and hopefully Simon Epa will join him in that DSS dungeon. They will serve him beans. Idiot people. You people are all over the places, killing people up and down, all in the name of you want to achieve a particular ideology. You want to achieve nonsense ideology. You are telling me Biafra, Biafra, Biafra in our own 5 Eastern region. You've never gone beyond across the Niger to go and preach Biafra to them. You see useless Edo people coming to. Oh, you see, my prayer for Edo people. I get there's this report this video they posted recently. It seems like this IPOB sit-at-home enforcement is gradually encroaching into Edo State too. And I pray for those people that have supported criminality in Igbo land. I pray I pray that you guys will welcome this set of individuals in that your Edo state. I want to see your reaction. I want to see how you guys will react to it. Since you guys are all over the places shouting sit at home in our own little is eastern state that we are just managing, trying to develop. You don't want to address your own issue locally. Your court killing every single day. If you go on this Telegram channel, they are posting gory video every single day. Court-related killings here and there. They don't want to address that. They want Biafra. They want take that Biafra. Use what's it called? Bini as your capital. Let Edo be the Biafra. Use Bini as your capital. We don't need it. We don't need it. And for the IPO, go to River State, go to other places, Akwa Ibom, go there and preach them Biafra. Igbo people, there is nothing Igbo about Biafra, please. Go there and preach that Biafra to them. We are no longer going to fall Mugu to all those nonsense ideology anymore. We've moved past that level now. This is 21st century. If you guys are not bringing any ideology that's going to progress the general Igbo land, I don't care. I don't want to listen to that. They will contribute money instead of to use it and go and renovate schools in Imo State. You guys will use it and go and buy gun, buy AK-47. You'll be making fundraising, organizing donations here and there, and idiot people living abroad in a well-structured environment will be donating money that will be used to buy guns and bullets. Call them together now, ask them that you want to go and renovate a particular school. We need $10 from you guys. Ha mi busie. Apari. Call them now, tell them that you need we need $10,000 for a particular initiative to go and renovate maybe 10 to 20 schools in Imo State or in Anambra, in Enugu State or Abia. You can never raise you will never raise any tangible amount. But shout Biafra, shout Nnamdi Kanu. You see money pouring in, they will be sending money to FCMB accounts. This is to show you how stupid most of these their followers are. The other time, this particular guy named Ugu, Echinonsu Ugu, what was this? What was Obi-Wan TV or Obi-Wan group? And I don't know where they pick these individuals from. They will first come, they will champion Igbo progress. They will champion everything Igbo. That is, you don't know that they have a kind of ulterior motive. But first, they will champion Igbo progressive Igbo and the rest of them. These guys started championing things about agriculture. We developing the Igbo region. We helping our brothers. Until I donated how much? Until I sent this guy, how much did I even send him? The next day, this guy closed shop totally. The next thing I started seeing this guy in Simon Ekpa species and the rest of them. All of a sudden, from nowhere, this guy started preaching Simon Ekpa. The day I saw that guy on video, I wanted to put my hand through my phone and drag him out, and I will put hand from his throat down to his stomach and take that 150,000 that I sent him. Stupid people everywhere. Let me use the mic here for the next person. Please, Ikenga, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Huslim Benjamin and Beauty with Brains. I think we have to call it a night. Maxi TV, thank you. Ada Demeli, thank you very much for your contribution. The only thing I'm gonna make here, but in fact, anything that have to do with Indigo, I chose me no they struggling people eating on chọrọ m ịnụzi again. Also good in ya bụ ezigbo ihe ha ekwu because ihe a bụ set of evil people, set opportunists. That's what they do. Ha pụta kịta ha eme n'ọha nwa ekweta kịta ha eje gbuo onye isi ndị jamb ka ndị asị na ndị Igbo gburu ya anyị ama nọ ndị struggling people maọbụ ha jee repuo nwunye ya because that's what they do. Unu etinyezi n'ọnụ echekwa na unu si na unu ahụ ndị Igbo na unu bụ ndị Elohim si Israel nata unu ahapụkwa n'Israel bụ nsi nata bịa ka mụ na unu zọba Nnewi 47 state of Biafra unu declare n'ime ọfịa unu ahụ enene jambụ na that 48 state of Biafra unu etinyezi n'ọnụ n'anything that have to do with ndị Igbo jebe ihe anyị na unu enwero mmekọ ekwensu na ụmụchukwu enwero mmekọ o nwere ihe ji ka ọlụ darkness na light na ọlụ n'onwe unu ndị ala wute onye isi unu hapụ na okwu jambụ jee mkpọpụta onye isi unu n'ime nga na ọ bụghị ndị jambụ tiri onye isi unu hapụ na ha ma wayek mee nsogbu adịghị ndị ọbụla jisi ihe anyị dị oke weta hapụ na ya ọ gbasaghọrọ unu ndị ushi because ihe unu na plan kịta ọzọ bụ unu eje gbuo otu onye